Hello.
Music, but we could have the music we had in V last week.
The Tory music last night was brilliant.
That's true. Anything that is like Sapphire centric is full anime now.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. The second night of the week we're streaming. We are continuing our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, Fables Among Titans. Yeah. So, thank you for joining us. If you're watching this anywhere else, thank you. But let's get it on. Social media and other stuff. So we are on Facebook. If you type in Heavyweight Gaming, you'll find our Facebook page. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got a Discord channel. Just look for Heavyweight Gaming or follow the links in the chat and you can find us. Share it with your friends.
Type that fast.
Share it with your friends far and wide. Get them all in. Let's have 5 million viewers. No, let's just have a few. So, you can go find us on all of them things. It would be very muchly appreciated. If first time chat, Riot the Pup. Hello, Riot the Pup. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming.
That's a good name.
It is a good name. The Pup or the Riot. Some chaotic shit going on there. So,
yes.
That's the social media stuff. Follow them links, you can find us and see what we're getting up to. Sponsors. We are lucky enough to be sponsored by Coyote Grey. If you go to the Roll20 market and type in Coyote Grey, you will see lots of Chibi Pack tokens. Super cool. I'm a big fan of the Chibi artwork or the Chibi style. And as you can see in the slideshow that's going on, or should be going on, those Chibi tokens are actually the characters and were personally done for them. But so you won't find them in the packs. It will cost you £1 million. So yeah. You can check them out. Please check him out. He's so good at what he does, and we've got more projects for him to do for us. He's a little bit blown away by the amount of attention I'm giving him. But yeah, it's super cool. And I forget this all the time, the headshot artwork you see, not a sponsor, but if you go check out Lily Tuft, I think it is.
Lily Tuft. I think she's only on Instagram at the moment, and Twitter wasn't working last night.
Oh, okay. We'll sort that out for you. But yeah, check out Lily Tuft on Instagram.
I'll find it.
She's super cool. As you can see, the artwork, the headshots are unbelievable. So go check them out. Sponsor Loki Battle Mats. If you're into your RPGs and you play D&D at home and you're looking for maps, or you play digitally and you want, easy access to just pulling maps out and stuff to put them on your like Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, Foundry, etc. Loki Battle Mats are brilliant. Every time they throw a Kickstarter out, instantly funded. They've won awards for their stuff. They've got super cool, super nice maps. Really high quality stuff. Get them on and you can use them in anything you want, really. And they've got everything: absolute towns, taverns, sewers, mountainsides, tundras, forests, arcane circles. They've just done a sci-fi.
They've got a new one with like castles and stuff.
Yeah, the castles and is it castles?
Caverns.
Castles and caverns. There you go. So they've got that one coming. They've just done a sci-fi one. So, and that was instantly done. So yeah, so go check them out. They're brilliant. Ashana is a glass crafter over across the big pond. She's a super nerd and does glass crafting. Perfect. She's a super chill streamer, really good. Check her out on Instagram. You can see all the little figurines she does. If you do manage to catch her streaming, just hang out with her for a little bit. She's super chill, and yeah, I've got a lot of time for her. Surenscape are not a sponsor, although they are happy that we use their product. And what a product it is! Epic sounds for epic games. We can't get the t-shirt because it's their saying. However, if you want some ambient music going on in your games around the table, and you've got Bluetooth devices, tablets, phones, etc., all that good stuff, you can set a real nice ambience going, whether it be like taverns, like people drinking and clinking drinks, fires roaring, dragons attacking, bandits jumping over you, caves, ghosts, all that cool stuff. All will be heard tonight. Yeah, go check them out. And if you play digitally, your players can download the web player app, and you invite them to your game, you play the music, and it goes through their web player app, and they can turn it up and down to their heart's content. So really, really cool. Surenscape. Go check them out. Not on this particular overlay, but we're sponsored by Roughworks Creative, who is a wonderful, wonderful chap who is really talented when it comes to woodwork and leatherwork. Go check out his Facebook. He only ever puts photos up when I force him to, but the stuff that's up there will just show you the talent he's got. Unbelievable. Really, really talented guy. So go check out Roughworks Creative. Sponsors done? Yeah, cool. Let's go with that.
Crockpot.
Crockpot.
It's the Bobs.
First Major Supplement by HWG. That's us. For D&D5e Ed has arrived a while ago. Tasha's heavier crockpot of bits and bobs is 81 pages of subclasses, spells, artwork, and everything TTRPG player wants. Find it here for $9.95 on DM Skills. Follow the link. And yeah, it's brilliant. There's 200 copies of it sold. It did really well in its first week. Got some little medals and stuff like copper this and silver that. So it was really cool. Really, really proud of it. There's a lot of work being put into it. Lots of nerds come together, did some artwork, did some writing for it. It's a really nice creative piece. And it was well received, which was humbling. So thank you to those that bought it. Now, the stuff you've all been waiting for. Give me your money. And if you do that, these lot get rerolls. And this is how you do it. Do you feel sorry for these adventurers? Donate 200 bits /cheers to give the party a reroll. Monkey face. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws. They can only hold 5 at a time, not the 13 you all threw at them last night, you absolute cheating mother kippers. Only hold 5 at one time, and they don't roll over to the following
Thank you, Jenny.
week. Thank you, Jenny. So yeah, if you really fancy it, it's very much appreciated. If you do throw the 200 bits, the party gets a reroll. Yeah. Don't go mad on it though. Do you know what I mean? Remember.
Please go mad on it. We're gonna need it.
We're gonna definitely need it.
Cool. Is that all the good stuff? I think that's all the good stuff. Now we shall have a recap. You may have noticed that Ozra...
Now for the bad stuff.
Ozra is out to lunch, so Sasha, bless her, can't join us this week. She's looking to be back with us next week. So tonight, this lot have collectively decided they're going to Jaeger Ozra.
What could possibly go
So when
wrong?
she dies, they can all get the blame.
Technically,
Less because Mel's not
technically,
rolling.
I'm not going to roll for her because I'm like, yeah, I'll control. I've done clerics. I'll be fine. And then I'm like, yeah, in theory, but my rolls are terrible. So yeah, I think we might collectively roll for her.
So here's a recap. I don't know where to start. You are currently, I say you are, most of the party is currently involved in a fight with the Darklings. These Darklings are fae that were cursed to be allergic to light by the Archfey of Summer. They are undead, which is a very new turn of events. So, Ari, Kesvion, Ruby, Xandria, and Ozra have agreed to go with Sahar, the walker of the Al-Harish tribe, and the mother, Zerin, of Xandria and Kesvion, have gone to deal with this nest, this collective of these Darklings. They don't collect on this sort of number normally. It's very suspicious. They don't like that they're undead. Thank you very much, Riot the Pup. You have another reroll.
Thank you so much.
And you've gone looking for them. You've encountered them on your way into the sandy stone trenches that lead towards the cave entrance that Ozra and Sahar found a day or so ago. And you are currently battling through that. And that's where we left it. At the end of round 1, you are currently mid-battle of that. We will jump over to Roll20 shortly, kids. Sapphire, however. Yes!
Oh, dear.
There was stuff happening in visions and dreams and meditations, which spooked Sapphire enough to want to go to Vey to check out how real, past or present or future, these possible images were. Ruby used the power of scrying to try and confirm what was going on, and did confirm that there was a little bit of danger in Vey. Sapphire, with the brave father of the Summer Breeze children, Solomon, don't worry, Catman, I'll come with you. So went with Sapphire, dropped Xandria off at the shops to pick up her toys, and then she went back to join the party. But Sapphire and Solomon went all the way to Vey, through the same blossom tree that Toodles sent you through before. When you got there, you saw a very large warrior, seemed to be wounded, just resting on a bench, copper brass greatsword next to him, making something intricate. They passed out, you walked over, you saw that it was Owlbearer, a companion of yours that you travelled with for a short time, many months ago. It's been a ride. But now Owlbearer, who was on death's door, you saved, brought him back to consciousness, and encountered Kelthias, the wielder of Ravensbane, a 20-foot ashen-covered, plate-wearing demon. So, the brave warriors did what all brave warriors should do when faced with such odds: jumped on a beetle and ran away, while the monk unleashed every cooldown in every MMO you've ever played to get across that courtyard.
Yep.
When you got back to the tree, in the time that had passed between you leaving the tree, talking to Owlbearer, bringing him back to his feet, and encountering Kelthias, an arcane glyph had been placed upon the tree. Where we left it was a single round of combat had happened. Folks in Sarut, i.e. the Darkling party, you are mid-smash, stab, explosions. I will add that Kesvion got buffed, like, beyond, like...
Human comprehension.
They almost leveled him up. They buffed him that much. So you are in that fight. So what we will do is back into initiative order, and we start with Kesvion. So I'm just going to start the old Batal music. But FYI, chat, the battle music is on the same mixer as the party. So if it's super loud, please let me know, and I'll try and turn it down so it's not overwhelming. Kesvion. Let me go over to roll 20. Boom. We're roll 20 in it. Here we go. These are the chibi tokens, by the way. So,
okay.
Sands are blowing, winds are blowing, sand everywhere. You are currently shooting a bow at some very large, like jackal darkling hybrids, and a couple of darklings rocking around the place.
So, he's dead. What's the black circle mean?
It's the spirit weapon of
Rachel.
Ozra.
That's the spirit
It's
weapon. The
feathered
yellow.
scythe. The yellow is a moonbeam, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was just so that I could, in my head,
Yep, that's fine.
like readjust. Okay. So I'm gonna break up the murder circle. Because that seems like a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna scooch to here, just so we're breaking up the pile of people doing questionable activities. And I'm gonna shoot off at this guy. Give him a wee ping. This bloke.
Cool. Moonbeam, the one with the moonbeam on.
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly.
Sorry, I forgot I was at the top of the round. That's my bad, guys. I'll be more on top for the next one. Okay, so that is 26 to hit.
Yep.
And we're just going in with the longbow again. That is 6. It was a D6, wasn't it, for the fire?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
fire
that
basically
is 10 piercing with 4 fire damage.
14 in total,
And that is 22 to hit. Nine piercing with 6 fire.
Your 2 flaming arrows shoot across, and you see the flames get almost a golden border to the flames that kind of move with it as they go through the moonbeam and plant themselves firmly in the chest of this hybrid fey jackal-headed creature.
Okay. One sec, I'm just checking my movement.
Yeah, no worries.
From where I was. Okay. So 24 would still have 15. Where would 15 take me? Nowhere that I really want to go, in honesty. I'll just hang back. Cool.
Okay.
last time you'll ever hear me say that, probably.
Zandria.
Okay. I am going to move to this guy here, and as I am moving, my bow is going to turn back into an axe. I'm going to twat it in the face.
Does it not take you an action or anything to change
Action to summon doesn't take an action to change it back, as it does not state in my features.
Let's have a look.
Where am I?
Warlock. Create a warlock. What is it? What is it you're doing? You
Improved pat weapon. Your pat weapon can be your specialized focus gain +1 bonus to its attack and damage rolls. It can be a short bow, long bow, light bow, light crossbow, or heavy crossbow.
Where does it tell you can change it?
I assumed that's what it meant by improved pack weapon.
Find the weapon you conjure. So when you conjure it, it takes its form. You can't change it mid-con. You'd have to get rid of it and then reconjure it. So the weapon you conjure can be short bow, long bow, light crossbow, or heavy bow. But you're not conjuring it a second time. Unless you've got a feat that allows you to change it mid-fight, you'd have to get rid of it and reconjure it as something else.
Oh, okay. Right, scrap that then. Back I go. I'll just shoot it from afar then.
Kulios.
For the time being. Waste not, want not.
Shooty. Where is... Are you a hexblade? Are you a hexblade, Jed?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Carry on shooting. I'm just reading some stuff.
I wonder if I could find where my bow is. There it is. 24 to hit.
Yep, definitely. Poor little darklings.
8. D8. 1d8. So that's 10 piercing and 7 fire.
So it's, what, 17 in total?
Yeah. And then I shall smite at thee again.
You don't need to.
Okay.
So just so you don't just waste shooting at that one. Your first shot, and the darkling just explodes in a flash of black. The jackal creature, by the way, Kesfilm, that you shot, did not explode in that dark light that the pure darklings have. We don't in the undead darklings.
Did it do anything fun? Did it
Just
melt, have
dead.
a wee wobble?
No, just fell over dead.
Keeked it?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
And then so I will then attack the other darkling that is in the back.
Lovely jubbly.
Ooh, nat 20, 27 to hit.
Definitely is. Skadoosh.
So remind me again, roll and just double the number rolled.
Double. I roll double the amount of dice. So if it's a D8, I'd roll 2D8.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'd do modifier, obviously.
2d8.
Just because I like dice.
Yep. Oh no, that is. Sick. 11 plus 3, 14 piercing. And then 8 fire.
So what was that? 22 in total? Did you
14
say
plus
14?
14 and 8.
Ooh. That's a strong arrow to its face. It definitely wobbled. It's still standing, still looks like it could put up a fight, but that was a hell of a shot.
Cool. And then I will just maneuver my way here so that we're not all pulled together.
Cool. Right, Sahar's turn. Oh, I'm pretty sure I did nothing last round. He's just gonna hit the creature
Come on,
in front
Sahar.
of him.
Got this.
That's better. That's not. Sahar slashes it with his bone spear. Does a moderate amount. And then with his second strike, exactly same roll. Oh, but better damage. That's good.
It's the little things.
Oh, you have to bed, boss. Night, night. Okay. Right, mate, go on.
Is there anyone on camera?
No, they've all gone, mate. Play by myself. Go, get the turtle at me face. Go on. No, mate. Children. Sahar will spin his bone spear and slash out at the jackal darkling creature twice. He will then he won't bonus action yet. He was just going to maneuver himself to here, just so he's on your lot's side rather than being pushed towards the back of them. So that's Sahar's turn. You're dead, so we'll get rid of you. You're dead, we'll get rid of you. You're dead, we'll get rid of you. You're dead, we'll get rid of you. This little darkling creature here will run to Sahar. Oh, you get out of the way. We'll run to Sahar and just start stabbing at him with his little short scimitars. Nat 20 on Sahar. Goodbye, old man. I mean, we're gonna hurt you. That's it, really. Oh, that was shit. I mean, rubbish. So Sahar gets slashed across the face by the darkling that runs into combat with him. I'm assuming that's the noise they make.
I don't know. It's up to you, my guy.
That's it.
I mean, yeah,
Colossus,
yeah,
it's canon. That's how it happens. Second slash comes across, tries to stab him in the gut. What the hell? This thing's Schwarzenegger. Stabs him in the ribs. That's not that much. Yeah. So this darkling is just coming and Sahar only just managed to stop the slash across his throat and instead catch it across his cheek. But it will stay there as Ari. You burst into action.
Who have we got still going? Mr. Big Man over here on the right.
You got big one. You got two big ones and a little one at the minute.
Oh yeah, there's another one. There's Sahar. Oh, but Sahar's with him, so we want to go over here.
And he's clearly having a great time of it.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Yeah, but we're gonna go over here. In fact, how far is he? One sec. Yeah, we're gonna go over there. We might not get that much from movement. Right, okay. Gonna go over here and give him a little stab, or at least try to with my rolling.
Eagle's promise.
With Eagle's Promise, that is a 27 to hit.
Shabba, yeah, that hits.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Ready for the cavalcade? Oh, I didn't roll too great though. 10.
How you managed to not roll too great with that many dice?
Because I did 2 ones, that's why.
Only you now.
2, 10, 11, 12. 14 plus 6 is 20 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
That's the piercing.
So you've done 20 piercing, you're stabbing. What next?
Yep. And then we're going to bonus action fuck off. Because I don't have enough movement to do it otherwise.
What a bonus action.
Oh, you're going to use your dash.
Yeah, we're going to bonus action do the roguey thing. We're going to move like...
And your
like
swashbuckler means it can't hit you, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love this game. Is that you done, Harry?
That is me done, yes.
Ruby, 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 Ruby.
Ah.
Yes. Oh.
Can someone remind me,
No.
if I have a concentration spell up, which I do, can I cast a non-concentration spell?
Yes. So this is the
Right.
rule on concentration. Whilst you're maintaining concentration, if you cast another concentration, it cancels the first one out.
Okay.
You can't control 2 at a time. Albeit, there is a homebrew feat that you can get later on that will allow you to cast 2 concentration spells.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okie dokie. Right, so... what I want to do is 2 bonus actions, so I assume one of them is my action, one of them is my bonus.
Yeah, it costs you.
Right, so for one of them, I am going to cast Healing Word on Zahar, which is 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. We'll get to that. And the other thing, the other bonus action I do is to move the Moonbeam.
Okay.
So it is on top of...
Biggin, or are you putting them on Sahar's buddies?
No, I'm definitely
You can
going
essentially
towards...
pick one target with your Moonbeam because it's a 5-foot cube. It's a
Yeah.
square.
I'm trying to decide because there's 2 stood next to Zahar, one big lad and one lad who just tried to carve him up. We'll go for the little lad because if we pick them off one by one, then we're fighting fewer people.
Okay. So you put it on the little one. Okay.
Yeah. Let me find a...
Has to do a save. It got a 12. What's your DC of your spell?
Right, hold on, let me get that.
Your DC will be generic across your...
Right, my DC
things.
is 18.
Cool, so it failed, so I just need your damage, which I believe is 2d8 radiant.
Right, okay, sorry, I was trying to do Healing Word. Let me go back to Moonbeam.
Yeah, cool.
Right, so it takes 2d10 radiant
2d10,
damage on a failed save.
Oh, it's radiant, isn't it? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So...
The vulnerable bastards.
Sorry, put down. Right. I'm just wheeling around my office, trashing the place, because now I can't find any D10s. Where have they all gone? Oh, that must be one. So that must be one. Right. So that is a 3 and a 10.
So 13 doubled. That's 26 points of radiant damage.
Right, so that's what Moonbeam has done this turn, and the Healing Word gives him a 2 plus, what is my spell? Ability modifier.
Wisdom.
Plus 7, so he gets 9 points of health back.
It's your wisdom modifier, not your wisdom save.
That's a saving throw mod. Right,
so just look at the stat wisdom.
Plus 4 then. Right.
What is your total wisdom?
So,
like 19?
6 points.
Yeah, so there you go. Oh, no, I did that.
18. The last time I could take a bump, I bumped my charisma from a -1 to a 0.
Oh,
so
right,
I
wasn't quite pushing it. Okay, so as you concentrate on that area of the battlefield, you shift the moonbeam across to the darkling creature that was stabbing 7 shades out of Sahar, and it just melts through it. The radiant energy, you don't even see the black light explosion. The radiant energy just completely consumes the darkling creature. And then, whilst that's doing that, you call upon your druidic powers and you bind some of the wounds of Sahar and give him 6 hit points. So, that's you. That's you. Ozra.
Ozra is gonna... she's gonna bonk Mr. Man that's next to her spiritual weapon with the spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Cool.
Because it's already up. So somebody wants to roll to hit.
Can do. That is a 16 on my dice.
16 on the dice. So yeah, I was like, I don't know what. So she would take force damage, 1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier, which is +4. Already looked that bit up. So okay. That's fine. I did ask you to roll, to be fair. So 7 plus 4, so that is 12 points.
It's 11.
Is it? 11 points of force damage.
The black feathered scythe that is the spiritual weapon of Ozra just slashes through the creature. Blood just drips down from it. But it is still pretty chunky looking.
she'll probably kind of look at him trying to get to Sahar and just be like, nah. She's going to do Sacred Flame as her action.
Okay.
Which is a cantrip. So that is actually a save. So Dex saving throw.
Dex.
Les. Yes.
17.
2 seconds. What's her thingy? I gotta see it. 17 is her DC.
So it saves.
Yes, it does save. But, oh yeah, doesn't get anything because it's a cantrip. That's fine.
Good enough. So spiritual weapon slashes through it, and then as she concentrates on the sacred flame, it's just dexterous enough to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Rude.
Rude.
It's rude.
Rude. Sapphire. So,
Okay.
this is going to get a little bit weird for people looking at Roll20.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Squibbly. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. When it's your turn, I'm going to go back to the player cam. Get rid of that animation. Because we'll do yours for your man, just so we don't confuse people with the Roll20 map. You're in Fae. You've just run back across the yard. Solomon and Owlbearer are on the large scarab beetle that was a moment ago Solomon's shield. They rush up to you, like in expectation. This is obviously all happening in 6-second segments. There's no different time zone across there. You get to the tree, the arcane glyph's there. It's your turn. What do? You've got the temple there, you've got the mountain path that goes back down the mountain to your left-ish, and you've got the large tree in front of you.
I think the first thing he would probably do is try and see if he recognises the glyph in any way. Or...
Arcane check.
Oh no, that is a flat d20. Oh no, that might be okay. 14. It's probably not. Okay.
14. Give me a sec.
Looks magic.
You are aware of not what school or level or anything like this that would associate such magic, but you are aware that it is a locking glyph.
Nice.
Yep. Okay.
And across the yard, you see Calphias just laughing and staring towards you three.
Sapphire looks a little bit dumbfounded. He's mostly concerned about the other two. He will quickly shout to them, I don't know anything about magic. If either of you could figure this out, that'd be great. I can be a distraction.
As you're saying that, Owlbearer does this and points towards the mountain path. Solomon just looks at you and goes,
Neither of them know. Okay,
What?
In that case, Sapphire will... with his monk speed, he'll get back to them and then kind of escort them, if that makes sense. So he's going to use his movement speed to go back to them and put himself between them and Big Scary.
and then you're going to move back as they move.
And then move with them, yeah.
Solomon just calls to you as you like run up to him. What are we doing?
The tree's locked. I don't know how to get back. We just need to go. That's the only path down from here. We point out the mountain path.
Cool. Are you doing anything else, or are you just cashing all your stuff in to do your monk speed again?
No, if they've been moving, I could probably get back there without using all of my stuff. But I guess I will...
Yeah, they've been moving towards you.
Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll rage.
Okay.
As my bonus, and then hold an attack for if Big Guy gets close.
When you rage, do you take a stance? Oh no, that's your monk thing. Sorry.
That would be... If you want to give me an extra bonus action, I will totally take a stance.
It'll be fine. You've got this, Sapphire. You've got this.
Essentially what he's going to do is he's going to hold an action, and it's going to be just for a thwack. Because he's going to try and stun it if it comes close enough. He's going to try and stun and strike it.
What, Calphias?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not going to work, but it's the only Sapphire knows he can't beat it, so he thinks slowing it down is probably the best option he has if it gets within range. If not, he's not going to go near the fucker.
Cool. Right, so back over to Roll20. As it is now, this guy, Gal, creature's turn. Larry, you hit me. So the only thing you've seen these lot do previously is spit a goblet of horribleness. The thick metal mace in its hand, there is a dripping of ichor from it, just casually onto the sand. As it hits the sand, you hear it, and it disappears as it tries to slam it into you with a with a 10. Its second attack.
That does miss.
Its second attack swings it over its head in one momentum from miss. 17.
That does hit. Uncanny dodge. Because I think I'm gonna need it.
14 bludgeoning, reduced to 7 because of the uncanny. And 1 acid because of the uncanny. Because it's all one attack, I just wanted you to know the different damages. As it just slams into you, but as it hits you, you kind of roll with it. You feel the burn of the acid and the blunt force trauma, but you manage to just sort of roll and let the mace like roll off you in the motion of the swing, and then ready yourself. That's its turn. The one fighting Sahar is, it doesn't care. These jackally-like creatures don't seem to be of a sentience. They seem to just be very, very bestial in nature rather than survival. That's missed on the first as its mace swings down to Sahar. Holy! Both swings of its mace come round, and Sahar, using the moonbeam as a bit of a distraction, kind of like shifts either side of the moonbeam, and the light just puts the creature off. Now we go back to you, Sapphire. Owlbearer pulls a portion from within his breastplate and just nails it. Well, he's up from 10. Woo! Owlbearer is currently on 18 hit points.
Oh God.
Owlbearer will then hold. Did the bonus action to drink it. Will hold his action to swing his sword in case anything comes. He's currently on the back of the beetle with Solomon. There is enough space on the beetle if you was wishing to get on it, Sapphire, but it would be very cramped. It's now Solomon's turn. Solomon turns the beetle and angles it towards the wide mountain path that leads away from the temple, and it's flanked by several trees and shrubbery that have just been the leaves are burnt off, and there's charcoal scorch marks up the trees, and the shrubbery is just decimated. Not the pretty colours that you once knew, Sapphire. Coming up that mountain path, there are several small creatures of blacks and purples and reds skins, not bright, just very dulled, and I can't remember the terminology for it, but it's a very dulled version of the colours. And they are small, spiky little horns, long pointy ears, little teeth, very impish in look, almost comical in some of the parchments and scrolls you would have studied about demons and such. Considering who you are, I've just realised actually, and where you are, you know them to be imps. They are just the fodder of the demon world. They almost scavengers and carrion sort of creatures, and you can see them just chewing on bits of whatever it is, possibly other demons or the flesh of those that once resided at the temple. Solomon just goes rushing towards them and will probably smash into them the next turn. It is now Kelthias' turn. Kelthias takes several steps and is already in front of you and towers above you at 60 feet. Stunning strike was your held action, I believe.
It was. So it's a Naginata strike because it has to be with a weapon rather than with an open fist.
Okay.
But it's, yeah.
You were shocked Kelthias is a demon?
Yeah, that's a surprise. 16 plus 10. That's 26 to hit.
Woo! You miss. No, you hit.
So yeah, I guess I'll roll damage. I don't know how much use it's
There is an element of Kelthias not even trying to parry when you swung.
Either actually. Oh, that's a 10 and a 5. That's 15 plus 8. Brain 23. Okay, so that's 23 points of damage. The 5 is the force anti-demon stuff.
Yep.
And then yeah, so stunning strike. I'll expend a key point, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
So what was your damage?
10,
Is it like 18 or something?
8.
20
15
odd?
plus 8.
23?
It was 23. Yeah.
23. It all takes because of Iron Rebuke.
Mm-hmm.
20-foot demon in front of you. You've readied your action. As soon as he steps into range, you just lash out. Whang! Your key rushes through Iron Rebuke as you slash through his flesh, and you try and perform a stunning strike. The constitution of the demon itself tries to resist the stunning strike.
I mean, I'm 100% not expecting it to work, but Sapphire's hopeful.
15.
You had to make 17. Ah!
You're
Okay.
kidding.
Yes. Stunned until my next turn.
15.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You couldn't write that. You jammy little bastard.
I can't even
Oh.
imagine what his actual.
There's no way I were failing that. There's no way I were failing that.
Like,
Mother.
Albera and Solomon's next turns are just them going.
Alright.
As you strike, and Kelthias just stands there and lets Iron Rebuke sink in, there is a twitch in his dark eyes at Iron Rebuke landing home on flesh, because it is Iron Rebuke. Iron Rebuke wasn't made for you, it was given to you. There is a history to that weapon, one that Kelthias recognises, and then stands there, the Constitution attacked by your key. And as the stunning strike lands, he starts to grin and then stiffen a little bit. And then there is a look of curiosity in the demon's eyes as he uses a legendary resistance to resist.
Oh,
What a
rude.
dick. What a dick.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's fair.
Oh, fuck me, I can't believe I failed that. Well, he's getting a buff. No, what?
I am. Yeah. I'm
And
totally
just-
curious what his con save is.
As it's just
14.
know it's high. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I didn't get that one. It just was low. But yeah. So as he resists the stunning strike from your held action, he carries on with his turn. Just looks down at you. Impressive. Now allow me. And he just puts Ravensbane on his back, and it just sinks into a unseen sheath, as if it's going into a different plane. And he just rolls up his hand into a fist and just bonks you on top of the head.
Straight through the ground.
Donkey Kong punch. I love it.
All the way to
If I show up in the Oasis, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's right. All the way straight down into
28.
Yeah, just about hits.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, halved because I'm raging.
As the hand slams on top of your head, you feel a metallic edge to the bottom of his hand, as if armoured, but when you look, you cannot see the armour. A bit of paste just kind of falls down your cheek and onto the floor, this ashen paste. And then he brings his hand up again. You may run now. And just turns his back on you and walks away towards the temple. Did he take your attack of opportunity? Just as a cheeky
Yeah, fuck it.
Was good knowing you.
Yeah, and this is how
Okay.
we lost
Oh shit.
Sapphire.
That was a 2 plus.
You
What
get
is
for
my
being a
plus?
wido.
10. There was only a 12 as well. It's not even going to hit him. I'm going to miss him.
So as he's
God.
stepping away, you just swing out with Iron Rebuke. As you just hit the most awkward shot of your life. You don't connect with the blade, it's just the haft hits the metallic armour around his calves. And he just keeps walking back towards the temple. Round 3. Back to roll 20. Kesvion.
Cool. Gonna let off a shot at. Ari looks like he's kind of holding his own.
You got to shoot Ari, fair enough.
Not yet. Yeah, we'll aid Ari and then we can all kind of bum rush the other guy because there's half and half who's working on what. Okay, that is 27.
Yep.
Sorry, I was just trying to remember the bonuses. Not quite good at this one yet. So that is +4 is 10 piercing with 4 fire. And that is might miss 19 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. With 7 piercing and 6 fire.
Ari, as you're like spinning around and trying to move your rapier left and right as this large acidic mace club thing is trying to hit you, 2 arrows, alight with fire, just hit into this creature. It's still standing. It doesn't like that it's been shot and stabbed, but it's still standing enough to give you a slap back. You doing anything else, Kesvion?
Not just yet.
Cool. Zandria.
I will transform my bow back into an axe.
So you're
That's
gonna,
my action.
So you're gonna drop it and then reconjure an axe, yep?
And that's me.
Alright, cool. Sahar will just keep swinging at this thing. Oh my god. Come on, Sahar. Oh, second one.
He's having a day, leave him be.
You can be my hero. You did do a lot on that one. Both swings go into it with this bone spear. First one goes high over the head. Second one, he just catches its nose and takes the black shiny wet spot from its face. It looks like a pig. Pig, eh? You're dead. Get rid of you. Ari!
Yup, we are gonna give him a little stab with Eagle's Promise.
Stop.
Stop. Dagger. 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we are still 1-on-1, aren't we?
You are
yeah.
indeed.
Nice. Right. 60. Plus. 22 points of piercing. I'm trying to decide if Ari was sensible enough to remember what his dagger did to him last time, but
It hurt you. It's been 12 seconds. If Ari's forgotten that,
That's
he's
true, yeah.
dead weight. You need to get rid of him.
he's not exactly the most sensible.
No, that's not how that works. That makes Grog look like Steve Irwin? All right. I actually meant to say Stephen Hawkins, but Irwin's up there as well.
It's got some intelligence, I suppose. Yeah, so he's not completely stupid, honest. In which case, hang on. Let's get the right spell cards up. In which case, we're gonna healing word Sahar is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Because we can. That's a
That's what
bonus
cool kids
action.
do.
Put your rapier through
Yeah.
the throat of the creature, and it just instantly clutches the gushing blood pouring from it as you turn and cast or sing your healing word.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little sing.
towards Sahar.
Okie doke, so that is 1d. Oh god, what's my spell casting? Well, I guess it's charisma, so yeah, it'll be 1d4 plus 3. That is. I rolled a 4. So that is 7 points back to him.
Oh, Sahar's looking beastie. He's got a small bruise under one eye. Other than that, he's looking good.
Cool.
That's you. Are you moving? Are you staying in there?
It probably would be sensible to move my ass, wouldn't it, really? Let's go over here.
Cool. Ruby.
I'm going to start by moving the moonbeam on top of the big lad that it's immediately next to.
Oh, okay. Save of nat 20. So roll your 2d10 and half it.
And then double it again because it's radiant.
Oh yeah, so just roll flat damage.
So, that is an 8 plus a 9 is
17. Cool.
That'll be the one.
Is he? Woo! Shreds all the flesh away from this creature. Even the teeth begin to just the gums are so badly blistered that the teeth just fall out in front of Sahar. But it's somehow still standing.
That was only a bonus action. Zahar can probably finish that one off next turn. In any case, it's just a bonus action. I will move the moonbeam to the other lad for my other.
I think you can only move it once a turn, can you not?
Let me double check that. That is a good point.
I believe so.
Yeah, I
from
think
what I
so.
remember of last time we played with it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just have druids moving moonbeams all over the thing. So yeah, go with that for now, and we'll check later. So you still got your action, but I don't believe you can just keep moving it. I might be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
It says when a creature enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain. Must make a con throw. 2d10 radiant damage, failed save, blah blah blah. See page 261, and then there's talk about casting it at higher levels. It doesn't actually say.
What kind of action is
On
it to
each
move
of
the
your
moonbeam?
turns after you cast this spell, you can use an action to move the beam up to 60 foot in any direction, not a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Right, well, my mistake. Good job healing word was a bonus action then.
So you've got a bonus action left because it will have cost you your action to just do what you just did.
Yeah, okay. I am going to hold it there for now, I think, because I'm wanting to save the healing spells a little bit for when people aren't doing as well as they are now.
In the distance, and I don't mean miles away, in this top right hand corner area, you hear lots and lots of screeching and high pitched shrieks, all coming together. You're up there.
Ozra is gonna
She-Ra's
bonk
cousin.
the one with the spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon, go go go.
Who's gonna roll today? Ruby? Do a roll.
Go on,
Right,
Ruby.
what am I rolling?
D20.
D20.
16.
Plus 9. So that's 25 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
Roll a D8 for me.
Gotta find a bastard D8. You don't ask much, do you? 7. Oh, no, sorry, that's a 1, not 7.
1. Okay, that is going to
Couldn't
be.
last forever.
That's okay. That's 5 points of force damage. Then.
The black feathered scythe just cleaves through what's pretty much, an eradicated creature anyway, and takes the last point from its life. So
well done, Ozra.
Osra.
Done,
So that's
Osra.
the bonus action of Osra.
Yes.
What is the action?
And then we're going to try a Sacred Flame again on the other boy. So it's 60
Dex
feet.
save. 16.
Yeah. That fails because it's 17 is a spell save
Ooh.
DC.
It's sacred.
So
Yeah, it's dead.
D8 radiant. It's going to roll a D8 for me again.
You don't need to. As long as you get a 1, you've killed it. So you.
Hey, go, Ozra.
So both of you. So whoever, I think it was you that hit that one, Harry, and whoever hit the other one, took them both to their 1 point off.
Amazing.
Well, yeah.
Nice.
So and Osra cast Sacred Flame and kill steals both of them.
That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as it kills.
You're still in combat.
You said
As
there
we-
was.
Go
Oh,
on.
sorry.
So you hear the
Ignore me.
screeching and such, but it's still in initiative round. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's
But
okay.
you just hear it during your combat. Back to V. You see Marty and Doc come flying out of a supermarket in a time space machine. Anyway, so you are there with Solomon. You've just tried to hit Calthias as he runs away. You see Solomon and Owlbearer on this large scarab beetle bounding down the mountain path towards what looks to be a scattering of imps feasting on carrion. What do you do, Sapphire?
With the distance, could I reach the imps before them
No.
and still attack?
No.
Okay. Could I catch up
How
to
far
them?
can you move? How far can you move? Right now. And if you were to attack as well, how much movement would you?
Oh, if I were to attack as well, 45 feet.
Oh no, so no, you'd have to dash to get to the imps in front of them. So you can get in front of them, but it'd cost you everything you've got movement wise.
Can I just catch up with them and jump on the scarab?
You can. As you're running and jumping on, give me a athletics check. I don't imagine this will be difficult for you.
I was going to say, come on, you bastard, you're a monk.
And a barbarian.
And a barbarian.
Got 5s for days, mate.
That is a nat 20.
That is, you miss the beetle. You land on the back of the scarab. It doesn't even flinch as your weight lands on it. However, Owlbearer and Solomon kind of go in there as you land on it.
Love it.
So you are now on the back of it. That is your movement and your action to leap onto that, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll move. I'll probably use my bonus to go into a stance, but I'll check which one I want to, and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
But that'll be me. Yeah.
They're doing stuff. They're doing stuff. You're dead. You're dead. Guess Fion's not dead. So it's not your turn yet, though. So it is now Owlbearer's turn, who will, at the creatures in front of him, again reach into the belt and the pouches that are about on his thing, and he'll pull out a small potion, and it's a small vial, and the liquid within it is very bright orange. And imagine you were shaking Fizzy Pop, and it kind of froths up, but he ain't shaking it. The liquid's doing that all by itself, and he just looks at you, does this, and just launches it at the imps. They fail their save. Roll me a percentile dice. The closer you get now, you see these imps are swarming all over the mountain path. And by swarming, imagine very large rats swarming. You see 10, 20, 30 of them, all just kind of running up and down on the path. Some of them are running at the scarab, others are trying to get out of the way, but this bottle of acidic flame, this alchemist fire, hits, smashes. And what percentage did you roll?
74.
74. There is a huge gap as a lot of imps just get incinerated by the alchemical fire, and the scarab, Solomon just keeps using all concentration, turn, etc. to keep that scarab running down this mountain pass. As you're running down the mountain pass, you can see ahead of you, it does get back to lush green and the colours of Vey that you're used to upon this beautiful mountain, and you see the waterfalls off, like as you're riding down the left hand side, the water, all the mountain is to your right, as it were, the surface of the side of the mountain, you know what I mean? And you can see the waterfalls and such ahead, so there is an element of this immediate area where the fighting happened is obviously damaged. but you can see Truve ahead of you, and a possibility of escape. But there is a gap that Solomon rushes through on his turn. And as you rush through, imps dive onto the side of the scarab, and there's a few of them just swarming over. They don't look like one-on-one, you don't think you'd have any issue whatsoever just slapping them aside, but these are swarming over the scarab as Solomon is bounding through the gap, the hole in them that Owlbear had just made. There's a lot of names in tonight's game. 74, that's a good roll, so
you never know with percentile die. Sometimes high is good, sometimes low is good.
I like to change it up just to keep players on it.
Oh yeah, so do I. He switched into the Stance of Summer, by the way.
Stance of Summer?
Yeah. So he's like surfing this scarab.
Cool. Calphias, you can hear the boo, boo, boo as he's walking back towards the temple. And you hear a voice inside your head. And it's a voice you recognise. Not immediately, but the first, I know that. And as you say, I know that, you can taste blood in your mouth. And it reminds you of a drink you once took.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, we know where
then
this
you
is
just
going.
hear Calphias laugh loudly, like as if he's right next to you. Just his laugh roars down the mountain path with you three bounding away on this giant golden scarab. And you just hear the words, "Really? Okay." And then doof, doof. And that's all you know of Calphias, as there's a mountain blocking him.
So was the voice I heard in my head Calphias's, or was it... Did I hear her say anything?
Oh, sorry. So the voice, what she says is, "He's working for me. Don't kill him." Yep.
Okay.
Then you hear Calphias out loud.
Okay.
Wow.
You love that.
I was going to say, love that for me. That's sounding good. Shit. Shit, man. Shit.
Love it. Oh, I love D&D. Anyone watching, go play D&D. Don't watch us, go play it, right? Create great epic story. Oh, actually, watch us first, then go create epic story. That's Calphias' turn. Back round to you, Kesvion. Boom, back in the desert, let's go.
Oh, God.
So you can hear in the top, I said the top right corner, towards the northeast, that there is this shrieking noise. Multiple shrieking noises.
What does it... Can I do like a nature check or something to see what it sounds
It sounds like it sounds like Darklings in pain. You know the noise. You and Xandria know it straight away.
I was just wondering, is it like bird shrieking?
No,
is it Darkling shrieking?
It is definitely the death, a painful death of a Darkling is what closest you could think.
Up to the northeast.
The northeast.
Okay. I should be what's causing them pain, so not vibing that someone else is stealing my shit. But okay.
Oh, so it's alright when Osrakel steals, just...
Yeah, but I know that Ozra's on my side, so...
Ozra's allowed.
Ozra's allowed.
Well done, Jenny.
By the way, I'm writing this
You're
down
the
so we can tell Sasha when she's back that she kills stuff.
Two of them.
She did some heckin' murdering.
You did serve them up on a plate with 1 hit point each. So.
Okay. I'm
What's the
gonna...
plan,
Oh,
Kes?
sorry. No, it's still you. It's still you. Sorry.
No, it's you. It's you, Kes. It's you.
Oh, sorry. It's just because it was still in turn order. I was like...
Sorry, yeah, I just not
I'm getting
pressed the
ahead of
arrow.
myself.
Sorry, it's definitely your turn, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bonus action with to get my movement over to here.
How long does Moonbeam and Spiritual Weapon last? You guys check on that while Kes is running up here.
I think a minute. Yeah, a minute for spiritual
Yeah.
weapon.
And gonna kind of get an eye on
So as you
what's going on up here.
As you get there, you can see straight up there. You see 4 Darklings, and they are basically in a straight. It's like something beneath the sand is tearing them apart.
Nope.
And they get absolutely shredded. The black light that they explode, as it explodes, instead of it going and dissipating, it kind of explodes, gets held and consumed by whatever's beneath the sand. Then the sand starts moving around, and you see these bright pinkish slime tentacle types kind of
Nah. Get your.
pull itself. Let me finish my monologue.
No, I'm not signing up for this hentai bullshit. No,
And
get it away.
It said, was it Daleford? Was it Daleford that had tied? It was, I think.
Probably.
Back in the day. Yeah, what a Jesus. Anyway, this thing, this blob, just gets pulled out of the sand, as you see.
Oh, no.
Fuck that.
This.
Oh no.
And you can see the bits of weaponry left that is kind of consumed from the darklings and such, and some other fleshy bits that seem to be slowly getting decomposed that don't look like darklings. But there is a large blob of pink substance. So was that your movement and action to dash together?
Yes.
Okay, so you got a bonus. What would you like to do?
It's a free action to cry, remember?
That's not kind of cowcast rolls. We are a purely repression playthrough. He will make mistakes probably. I'm just double checking because I so rarely use like my bonus actions for anything apart from hitting something again. I'm just wanting to double check.
You can second wind to heal.
Nah.
I'm just trying to think of what you actually can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm just like double checking. Like, there's some stuff that I could like activate, but I'm not sure like that's a place I want to be putting myself.
Yeah.
What I might do is not take a bonus action, but say that in that time, would I be able to do like, I don't know what it would be to kind of be like, what the fuck is this check?
Go for it. Give me a nature check. Give me a nature or arcana. Does Cassidion think it's an animal of the desert? Or does he think it's some terrifying conjured creature of arcane?
I don't. I'm presuming if it was a creature of the desert, he would know what it was.
There are some creatures, you know, you might have missed one in desert animal school.
But I think he's gonna do a nature check on it, just for the simple, slightly better reason of I have a +3 and not a -1 to that. So.
Wow.
Yeah, Saws breaking the immersion. That is a 19.
Cool. Your nature check, you look at this thing, it is not a creature of the desert.
Yep.
Yeah, it's covered, didn't you?
Weird that.
Yep. That's cool.
Sure. That's your Zandria. Have you shouted anything to the party?
No. Oh, you talking
I
about
think
Chris?
you'll probably hear like a shout, "Fuck!"
Okay.
I was
So-
expecting it to be like, what the wizard fuck is that?
So I don't even think there was enough time for him to see, process, and like it's just like a pure reaction of no.
I'm basically gonna use my action to move. Probably want to get closer, so I may.
Do you though?
Do I? I mean, I feel like I need to get closer.
But do
To
you
you,
want
anyway,
to?
not like to the thing, just to you.
That's very kind of you. I
It was-
don't.
Yeah, go on.
It does not recommend.
Does not recommend. Just in case you need help. I mean, from
Is that your turn?
yeah, fuck it, that'll do.
Right, Sahar will just run to Kess. And as he gets next to you, what in the sands is that? And that's his movement, that's his dash. That's him done. Alexandra's under the turn.
Ari is gonna move as well, because heck. So he can basically get up next to Cass from that with his movement. He's 35 and go, okay then. That's interesting.
Give me an Arcana check, Ari.
Yeah, he might do a little better.
Only because of the your brother.
We have a +3, so that ain't like 14. So didn't roll great.
You've seen smaller versions of this on the wall, just like in jars, like the Wizards and House Rorschach obviously did like experiments and such, maybe to find out what they were or that they created them. You don't really know, but you have seen a smaller version of this in a jar, a sentient oozy animated type thing. This is just this is a much larger.
Lovely. I'll kind of relay that of, they were studying these at the wall. Don't think they're going to be great, to be honest. About it.
I mean,
it's about all he got.
The look that Kess kind of gives you in that fraction of a second is like, I hate that I have to be like soul bound to you. Just like, this is it.
If I could redo every life choice that
up
led me
until
to
this
the wall.
point.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going to run in and try and hit it, but you know, he's decided against that, at least.
Honestly, Kess, at this point probably would have given you a pat on the back. You ride on in.
So, what are you doing, Ari? Is that your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah, moving closer.
Ruby!
I am gonna start moving that way. I think I only got like 30 feet.
So yeah, you can move 30 feet, and then you can use your action to
There?
dash. Yeah, we'll go with that. To dash, which can means you can do another 30 feet if you wish.
Which would get me next to Xandria.
Yeah. Yeah, just in front if you so wanted to.
No, I don't want to get
In front.
in front of like where the axe is. So yeah, I will move up next to Xandria because I don't want to get too close, but something has caused a collective nope, and
There's definitely
kind
been
of
a
a
pause
curious
in momentum.
person. So sorry.
There's definitely been a pause in momentum. So is that you, Ruby?
Yes.
Cool. Ozra? Your moonbeam will obviously stay there till you move it.
Until I move it, or until a minute passes, in
yes.
which case it'll go out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I can only
Ozra,
move mine 20 feet a
yeah.
turn, so I'm going to move my bonus action to here, 60 feet.
You mean move an action? Yeah, so she's still got a bonus.
Sorry, move an action. And then,
that
well,
confuses
bonus, then we'll move that 20 feet, I guess. We'll move the spiritual weapon like 20 feet to the right. Because that is apparently what I can do. Yeah.
There you go, a bit further. You're actually better off if you fight this to just resummon it.
I know, I was thinking that when I was doing it. I was like, by the time it gets there.
Yeah, just that would be my suggestion.
Yeah. But she doesn't know that yet, is my thinking. She
Yes,
doesn't actually see what's going on.
It's more of a heads up.
I like that idea of just this entire like thing. Everyone else is like dying to this big nasty, and it's just like
I'll save you.
and then it's coming.
Ozra is actually intelligent, so you know. She's got more intelligence than the rest of us put together. It's
I was
fine.
just going to say, it's getting used to someone with good intelligence.
Ozra's an absolute monster. It's brilliant.
Yep.
Right, so You lot run over, you see this ooze-like creature that's just, or at least Kestrion witnessed it gobble up 4 Darklings and the light that they explode. And then we jump back to Vey. You're on the back of the beetle.
Sorry, could Ruby see it from where she was?
I would say not clearly.
Yeah, okay.
Like them 3 are in the way, and these rocks, like the walling of the rocks, like 10 feet high, maybe. So it's actual trenches rather than like little hillocks, if that makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, you can see a bit of pink in but obviously with these like rocking around and stuff.
Cool.
So, Sapphire, you're on the back of the scarab. Solomon is just concentrating on riding the scarab. Owlbearer's got a great sword. There's several swarms of imps that have just dived on this scarab, and you can feel it slow, and it's just its mass that's pulling it forward. Maybe halved its speed, who knows? But it's definitely been dragged.
Okay. Well, in that case, since Sapphire has switched into the stance of summer, that means he's going to be hitting with some radiant damage, which is good. I'm going to go full attack to start trying to cut these things off and get rid of them.
Cool. Do one attack at a time. I know you're normally dead efficient, but do them one at a time.
No, that's fine. It's nice and easy. A dirty 20 for the first one.
Cool. Your first strike just slashes through and takes out a good quarter of the ones in front of you. They just pop, 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 pop as you slash through them with Iron Rebuke, and there's just ash just takes to the sky and dissipates. Second attack.
22.
The rest of those that are on your side where you're standing, you just spin and like spreading butter across toast and flicking it off the end of the bread is basically what you do to these imps, as your blade perfectly, like a cutthroat razor, catches the flesh of the scarab beetle, goes across it, and just carves these imps off in a poetic samurai strike, as you do not lay a single damage to the scarab, yet fuck the imps off. Which is less poetic, but we'll take it. Roses are red, imps are dead.
I'm down. Yep,
Nice.
perfect.
Get that on a t-shirt. So that's your 2 Naginata attacks. When you turn and you've done your 2 spins, you can see that they're now trying to obviously claw at Owlbearer. Some are reaching for Solomon, and the rest of them are just like crazed lunatics trying to pull this scarab any which way they can. And there's more in front of you. You've gone through the gap that you made with the alchemical fire, but there's more coming up this mountain path.
I'm going to try and I'm going to use a flurry of blows to try and hit 2 around Solomon. I just want Solomon kept safe, especially since he's concentrating on moving the scarab. So 1 unarmed strike. 24.
Go
to hit.
roll the other one.
19.
Cool. So it's less trying to hit 2 and more there's just loads of them, and you kind of just you step forwards, not too far, you're on a scarab. And the ones there now, they've actually managed to take purchase on Solomon, and they scratch at his face. He can't defend as well because his shield you lot are riding on, and he's just getting clawed and bit, but he's just maintaining concentration on keeping this scarab going down the mountain path. You're just pulling them off, slamming them together, forehead to forehead, casting them off the thing. You just elbow one to the side, knee the other one. You, for no reason, you're like, fuck it. When in Viconia, you pick another imp up, just slam headbutt into it, and they all just collapse away from your flurry of blows from your training. What else you got?
No, that'll be me. that's pretty fucking badass.
Owlbearer looks at you, just nods, grabs his greatsword, and tries to angle it the way you did your Iron Rebuke. It's less of a finesse weapon, but he swings it. How the fuck do you miss point blank with a greatsword?
Because you're trying to do something fancy,
as
like the
Owlbearer
samurai.
swings, he realises that he maybe should have just gone for brute force, because the blade goes mightily close to you, and as he pulls back, it misses the imps. And on that full roundhouse, there you go, he manages to smash a load of them off like a cricket bat with his greatsword. Boom! just cleaves them off to the side, and they go skittering off into some of the ashen shrubbery on the side, and they knock a few of the other imps aside that are trying to just eat whatever dead thing's there. So that's... And Solomon will just keep bucking it. Solomon will use the scarab, well done, to lower its front part, its head, and it goes into a bit of a rhino charge, and there's a little burst of speed as it smashes through a load more imps, and they just scatter either side of it.
Sapphire may be slightly in love with both of these people.
You stepdad.
No.
No, Kess, I am your father.
No.
I think it's brave that any of you think that Dad is in charge.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mum's off in the middle of the desert on her own doing scary blood trade.
Why do you think
That's
Solomon
not
left?
a lady. You want to...
Someone's that, I'll leave her to that. I'm just off to the shops. So, Solomon and Alberto took their turn. You took your turn. It's now Kelthias' turn. And you hear bellow out across the mountain, and it echoes off the walls around you as if his voice has been projected. Return to me. Give me a charisma saving throw. As you feel a pull on your ethereal meditative state, your astral self.
We have rerolls.
You have.
We may need to use them. I just rolled a 9 on my charisma save.
I will
Please roll-
tell you
use a
right now that
reroll.
fails.
I will use a reroll. I'm not going to use that dice anymore. Let's use that one. That one's good tonight. That's more like it. Oh, it's still a -1, but that's a 17 now.
17. Give me a moment. You may. Didn't really think I'd be getting Kelthias stats out this early in the campaign, but oh no. Alright, cool.
Everything about this is terrifying.
As your astral, you feel your astral self. You kind of time stops, and it's like you've just underwater and been yanked back. You kind of go boom, and then you go woof, and back on the scarab, and you just hear the voice of Kelthias. Impressive, but not next time. And that's Kelthias' turn.
Oh, we need to get the fuck out of here.
I'm coming for you, pussycat. I'm coming for you.
Christ.
Right, back into the desert. I hope the people watching this
Thank
are like,
you,
I'm
Uli.
skipping backwards and forwards from Roll20.
We definitely need it.
So,
Thank you.
it is now its turn. Let's zoom in and get some. Let's get some chibi tokens going. Let's get you over here. So, get your pen out, man. It goes.
If it could not do that ever again,
The sand behind it is all wet.
That
and
noise
mulchy.
specifically.
I would
It's all
live.
wet and mulchy. Now, this is the difference, Ari. You've never seen. You thought they were just blobby creatures. However, this one. Let me just read that right.
I like it.
How far is that? A arm of sorts forms from the front of it and just kind of extends, and then you see digits, 5 or 6 of them on the end of this extended string of slime and ooze, as black tentacles start to come out of the sand all at your lot's feet. Where are you on the map? Sorry. So it will get Sahar, Ari, and Kesfion. They reach up and lash out at you and try to wrap around your legs, hitting you and trying to restrain you. Currently that ground is a 20-foot square on the ground, which I'll do in a minute. That is difficult terrain as these tentacles flap around and reach out of the sand at you all. When a creature affects the affected area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, you must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. So on your turn, you'll have to do a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll take some damage and may or may not be restrained. And just to confirm, it's save. Where are you, you bastard? Right, cool, we've got the save. Right, cool. As it casts magic at you, and you get your 20-foot square, which is essentially that. Let's go with that. So that bit there is blocked. It's not accurate, I know it's a rectangle, just go with it. Gasfion, it's your turn. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save +4, that's 23.
Cool. You succeed, which means I've never used this spell before, so bear with me.
It's okay, you could just not use it at all.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Okay, so
It's okay, it sounds complicated, just don't use it.
right, so because
Had a hard day.
you started there, you immediately become restrained as the tentacles wrap around you, and you take 3d6 damage. So that 6, 10. So you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage. However, you do a dexterity saving throw, which now means you can move through it. It's still difficult terrain, but it doesn't hurt you again, and it doesn't restrain you again. But you started your turn restrained, but it doesn't matter because you succeeded. So you can move now. Seen this before.
Right. I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
Still got line of sight. And we'll see what hitting it with fire does. That is 23.
23 hits.
That is 8 points of piercing damage, which Luke knows how that's going to go. And that is 4 points of flame damage. And he's going to shout out, "Careful, it's done something to the ground."
So, as your arrow flies across, as it hits it, it just disintegrates, does the arrow. What did you roll on damage?
I don't know. I took the dice out of the thing. I think
give me a
it
number.
was
4 fire.
4 fire.
And what was the arrow?
I think it was 8 piercing.
So let's
8
go.
piercing.
Let's go with 12.
Sorry, after I rolled it, because I knew I was probably going to do a second attack, I took them out of the dice tray.
So as the arrow hits, the mundane of the arrow just dissolves into nothingness, whereas the fire carries it through to a strike. Being a fighter, you're pretty sure the fire enabled that blow to land.
Yeah.
The mundane weaponry will probably be resisted. Not immune, it will have still hurt it, but it would have resisted it. Take from that what you will.
Yeah.
So that is, so that's your movement, Kess, and your. Can
And
you
I
shoot 2 arrows?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
sorry,
can.
sorry.
But
sorry.
you were.
I stopped you. Bad. Carry on. Shoot.
That's okay. That's a 20.
That is.
Oh, more dice. So that is pretty shite, to be honest, for rolling 2 dice. So that is 10 piercing.
Cool.
And that is 11 fire.
Ooh, 21. Have you done 11 fire?
Because I've got
A D6.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, I didn't hear that bit. Cool.
And
So-
that's why I was like, for rolling 2 dice, that
Yeah.
piercing.
Cool.
Pretty shite.
So 21. Cool. So your second arrow still disintegrates, but leaves a mark, a little scorch mark on the pink ooze, and then the scorch mark slowly fades. But it was a good shot.
It doesn't really care for you hitting it.
Are you done?
Yep.
So it's supposed to be Sahar, but I buggered it up last time as Andrew went first. So Sahar will. Are we fighting or running? Shouts back at you, Cass, as you've just been shooting at it.
Hates
Fight
to be
it,
that
but
guy, but he needs to do a dex saving throw as well.
No, it's true. Nah, he's restrained. Oh, for fuck's sake.
of course he is.
I'll never bring Sahar on any of these again.
And no wonder he was battered
So the
when we
black,
showed up.
the black tendrils are all wrapped around Sahar, holding him in place.
He ain't asking shit.
He's not. He can still speak. He's just restrained.
Okay.
Yeah. And he takes some damage as the vines smash out at him.
It ate the darklings. I think this is one that we go round.
He sort of looks down at the tendrils wrapped around him. I'm working on it. Sandria?
So this box that's around
All
that
black tendrils reaching out of the sand, yeah.
yeah, so it's impassable.
No, it's passable. It's just difficult terrain. So you're half movement as you go through it, and you probably get a whipping as you go through.
Okay.
Or you might pass the save, but either way.
Just strategically getting into a position where I have line of sight, which I think is technically there. Would you class that as line of sight, Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Eldritch Blast!
Whee! Bringing out the magic.
Eldritch
Eldritch Blast.
Blast. Fuck out of this. That is 18 plus 6. Do
Yep,
math.
hits.
I can't math, guys. D10, 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 D10. There we go. 18 points of force damage.
18 points of force damage. Your Eldritch Blast hits it, and then just kind of sinks into the magic, kind of and fades out in the ooze itself. But you do see it eldritchly scorched.
Eldritchly scored.
Yeah, it's a real word in Yorkshire.
Cool. And then I'm just gonna shuffle back a bit.
Shuffle.
Shuffle. There we go.
Ari.
It's
Very
only
nice
Eldritch
save.
Blast if it's from
Save.
Yorkshire. Otherwise, it's just spicy magic blast.
Spicy magic blast.
Well, I shouldn't have taken that one out of fucking dice jail, should I? And
You got
go.
rerolls.
That one.
You got rerolls.
Yeah, maybe re-roll the nat one.
Yeah, maybe. Stupid thing. That is a 17 dex saving.
You manage to break free of the tendrils. You take 1 point of bludgeoning in doing so.
Okay. Seconds, let me do that before I forget. I'll kind of look back towards Sahar and Cass and just be like, I think we need to go. This thing is not gonna work. And he'll probably move towards Sahar and try and maybe aid him, like
So
we cut
you-
a tentacle or something.
So what you go over, and on Sahar's turn, he'll get advantage on his.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
either aid or I can, try and do something myself. But
As you get your weapon out and you kind of just prod them, it's kind of slipping off them, Like, you can't really take purchase, so you think your best bet is to just grab him, and when he shoves, you pull.
Yeah.
Look at that. Great minds. Ruby? Ruby? Ruby.
Ah.
You sound like a vampire laughing.
Right, so I can see what's in the thing, even if I can't quite see. How do I make the little line happen?
Fourth one down.
It's like a little circle with a ruler sticking in it. If you want to do it, I reckon now it's moved down there, you could have a shot at it with something if you so wished.
Well, Ruby's response to seeing it for the first time is to just go, "Oh, look at that!" In the true Irwin.
I was going to say she's very Steve Irwin. Yeah.
The original spelling of Ruby's name is the
Familiar.
but do I have it? Right. What I do next depends on whether or not I have what I want equipped. And I don't think I do. So there will be no dispelling of magic. That is a shame. So, how much can I move? Sorry, I'm going to have to look Moonbeam up because it doesn't say how much I can...
60 feet.
60 feet? That's more than 60 feet in it from the Moonbeam to the blob. Yeah,
75 feet.
75 feet. What do I have?
Depending on what you're doing, it might be worth bringing it closer as a bit of a deterrent.
Yeah, it depends because that's my whole action though, so I am gonna.
This is true.
Can't blight it. That would be really stupid.
Well, you're running out of 6 seconds, so be stupid.
No, I am going to bring the Moonbeam closer. I am not going to attempt to polymorph the blob.
But why not? So you can bring it right over to Ari and Sahar if you so wish, or you can go up and over. It doesn't care
as
about
the crow
height
flies,
requirements.
it will sort of be on top of the
So you can get it there. So you moonbeam above the thing.
Yeah.
That your turn. You've moved. That's your action. Are you just hanging back there?
Yeah, I don't want to get any closer to it because I don't want to have to start making dex
Yeah, cool.
saving throws.
Ozra.
Oh, sorry, that was.
To be fair,
that's
it's amazing
no,
you've
no.
lasted this long without. That was
Yeah, to be fair, I've been ready every other time, and then I'm like, because I've got
Who
Ruby in
is
between.
Ozra? Who is Ozra?
Who is Ozra? What is going on?
Oh, we
right,
got another
Ozra.
NPC.
Oh, we can't see from there though, can we? Can I kind of move?
Ozra can't see, no.
No, just
You-
in general.
You can move her into the tendrils of death
And she-
if you want.
Can she see from there?
No. Oh, have you moved it? Hang on 2 seconds.
Yeah, I've moved like over to the
Oh,
box.
yeah, it didn't move on where I was looking. No. Let's have a look. No, she can't. She can't see from
No,
there.
it's around the corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
If she moved right up in front of Xandria, like here. Oh, that didn't do that.
Oh yeah, like across, like.
Yeah,
a
just
little
like
bit.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not in the tendrils and she can see it.
Okay, cool. How far are we? I think we are. Yeah. Okay. Right. She is gonna take one look at this big thing, just shake her head, and cast Guiding Bolt. Because hey, I love a Guiding Bolt. So
She summons forth, feathers kind of spin in her hands, and fire away.
Range spell attack. Somebody roll a d20 for me.
I'm on it. 13.
Hits.
That.
Good.
Yeah, I was going to
Even
say
without
plus
an
9, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then 4d6. Who wants to roll low? Come on, Sean.
Oh,
roll
I've got
loads
4 of
there.
them. I've got exactly 4 of the rainbow ones as well. That's satisfying. I want sneak attack now. 4, 8, 10, 11.
11 points of radiant damage, and the next attack roll
Is it
has
advantage?
advantage.
So I'm just going to put a little gold dot on it so you know you've got it at advantage.
Eh.
The guiding bolt, the radiant damage just seems to do what all the other damage has done to it and hit it and do something to it. And but it's still kind of just blobbing around. Blobbing around. So I was just
Blobbing
moved.
around.
Action. Is she doing anything with a bonus action?
No, I think she's okay. She's
Cool.
just kind of be like, are we moving?
Yeah, I can imagine
should be
Ozra's quite, should we shift?
Yeah.
Back to V. Boom. Right. Sapphire. There's currently a couple more, well, maybe about 6 left. There's these little swarms of these imps on the scarab. Solomon has pushed further down. You obviously did your beautifulness last time. Something, whatever Kelthias tried to do, was deeper than just physically harm you on the back of this scarab. You're a good, now, 80, maybe about 160 feet away from where you, where the mountain pass reaches the courtyard, but it's not court, the yard area of the temple. You are fully on a mountain path. The bit that you're at now is wide enough for wagons and such, maybe 2 abreast, but you know that as it goes further down it becomes single file, and there's even been some times when the larger wagons have been dismantled, carried up because the path thins, and then rebuilt on the wider paths. But the scarab, maybe, depending on how dexterous it is, could probably make it through one of the smaller paths, but you won't know for a good hour before you got to that particular point.
I think probably just continue and then face that when we come to it. If we have to dismantle it and go by foot after that, or not dismantle it, but make it a shield again.
Okay, as you look around, you see several more imps flying at you. Not leapt through the air flying at you, like little small impy gargoyles, and they're flying towards you. Do you swing at them, or are you just holding your turn? What are you doing?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a daunting roar.
Ooh.
So.
Oh, Leon, are we?
I was like, I've not used this. I keep forgetting this is a thing since I swapped over from Tabaxi. But yeah, it's just
found yourself, Sapphire.
Yeah.
You found yourself.
He does take a little bit of a focus, pause, big deep inhale, and then massive roar that echoes around the valley. They have to make a wisdom saving throw, and they've got 16 to beat.
There's a
Not
4.
to be that guy,
There's a
but
4
given that
higher
you
than
didn't
16.
warn them, and you're literally stood on top of them.
It does say creatures of your choice, so I will.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to terrify Solomon and just drop me and run.
Someone's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to explain this to I've killed the kid's cat. So, so you roar out, yeah? And what does it do? They failed. What's the effect? Is it
So
frightened?
if they fail, they are now frightened of me until the end of my next turn, so they can't move towards us anymore.
Okay. So the imps that are currently just on the scarab and kind of having a dig at Solomon and Owlbear, and you just hear this dull as they're trying to punch through Owlbear's plate armor, and you just they're and these little imps just peg it off the side, care not for whatever lies beyond the tree line, and just leap from the scarab. All the flying gargoyle imps start coming towards you, and they're they all just start turn and start flying away. If someone was at a bird's eye view, it looks like you've just done a imp breath weapon as the cone of imps just goes no, and they fly away from you. But we'll get that template made. And yes, and they all fly away from you as you roar. Owlbearer just does this. Thumbs up, prepares his greatsword. Solomon just don't really react, he's just concentrating. Up ahead there are larger creatures, larger fiendish creatures. They kind of got an ape-like stance to them. They've got big, 2 thick bone horns stick out of their tops of their shoulders, and there's 2 of them in the path, and they're just sort of looking at you. They've got a red and black fur, an ape-like face, and they're kind of just like, just both of them on the path. Calthias, maybe this time, kitty cats. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's an 8.
You got a reroll.
We do have
Yeah.
one reroll left.
Oh, but the others are about. Okay, I want to use it.
All right.
Yeah, you're up against the big bad. Maybe you should use it. Just saying.
Okay, that's better. That's a 15.
15.
Yeah, 16 minus 1.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, as you feel that again, that you see Solomon, and you're waiting for the same thing that happened last time, where you went and back, but you go, and then you sort of like you've just leapt out over nothing, and your feet have been taken, and you reach out for Solomon and Owlbearer, and they're getting further and further away, and you can see the physical form of yourself still on the back of the scarab, but your astral self, when you do your meditation, and he's hovering 20 feet in the air, face to face with Calthias. And even in your astral form, you can feel the brimstone, the heat in his breath on your fur and your flesh. We need to talk. And that's Calthias' turn. Solomon and Owlbearer are just booking it, and they're slapping people. Owlbearer will not hit anything because you roared them off. It's the blob's turn, and that'll be the end of the round. Come on, back to roll 20. We're all over. There's lots of shit going on. The blob will allow the tendrils to drop. Dish. And then go. And get within about 10 feet of Ari and Sahar. And then, where are you? It'll pseudopod whip out and slap Ari to the face, or at least attempt to, with an 11.
Everybody slaps Ari.
Everybody's close.
It's cathartic. I
face.
can't even blame it.
My poor face.
Poor beautiful face.
It will then climb up the side of the 10-foot stone wall and just become one with the wall, and then reform at the top and slap down at Sahar with a fucking nat 20.
Jesus Christ. Poor Sahar.
I don't know what
What have you got
I don't
against
know.
Sahar?
He can't hit, I can't miss.
Oh,
Jesus. Right, so the first hit, bam, just hits him real. The strike hits hard, and you hear the thud of it, Ari, like he's been punched. Then you hear the flesh sizzling as acid burns into his face, and you just say, "Get me out of here!" And that is the end of the round. Before we carry on, we're going to have a quick break because I completely forgot and got carried away that we were, doing stuff. So my apologies. Chat, we're just going to have a quick break. We'll be 10 minutes. We're going to go and have a wee and probably get a drink, and then we'll be back in a second. Please stay with us to find out what the fudge is going on in Colossus, and we'll get back with you.
The answer is nothing good.
Real great, and let's start again. Hello? Hello. Right, we're back. We had a break. We did stuff. I got a brew. We're in the sand. They're fighting an oozy creature. It is currently on the high ground. It is Kesfion's turn. What do you do, Kesfion? What do you do? Do. He said
Perish.
Perish.
I guess.
Perish, I guess. So that gets 20.
Probably shouldn't lick the ball.
Yes, cool. I see what you're doing.
I don't know what you mean.
I can see. I miss having. I know these maps are cool, but I miss having the squares so that I can like count. Yeah.
Well, we can change back if you want.
It's cool. I think it's just a me problem. So, like, he's moving around, clearly trying to put space between him and it.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, it's just because I'm a moron. And will, yeah, shoot it.
Oh shit!
Advantage.
Because of the guiding bolt.
That is. Oh, jeez, Pete's 26 to hit then with advantage. Smashy. That is that is 10 points of piercing, which maybe like half a point of piercing at this point, and that is 6 points of flame, flame, through the fire and flame.
Whatever the fire's on it, it doesn't look like it's resisting the arrow.
Yeah.
The magical effect is definitely keeping it a full strike.
Yeah. Okay.
You won't have many of them left, though, will you?
Yeah, I have. After this, 2 left.
Yeah,
well, after that one, I have the one that I'm ideally about to plant, and it's gelatinous, and then 1 left.
Did you do a single shot?
Yeah, at the start.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't realize I could do
fire.
Cool.
I'll let you count them. I'll stay off it.
I have a running tally down the side of my notebook of how many I've done.
Technically, this is an attack, so both your shots are at advantage. Or is it the next? Is it the? Yeah. No, because you get 2. No, this one's not advantage. I'm talking shit.
Okay, I will re-roll that then, just to make sure. It's the same. Could not have done that if I tried. So that is. Fuck. That is. I can't count. Why can't I count? 18 plus 8.
26.
That's what I did.
To hit or to damage?
To hit.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Damage wise, that is a 10 again on piercing.
Nice.
And it is a 4 on fire.
4 on fire. Skadoosh. Kesfion's turn. Sahar just shouts, "We have to go this way to get to the cave." And we'll Misty Step 30 feet.
Cool.
Here. And we'll reach out a hand and firebolt this. Or attempt to.
Come on, Sahar.
Oh no.
He hits it. Any other creature he would have missed. And I'll tell you why at the end.
Oh god.
6 points of fire.
Is it because it's the size of a fucking building?
Correct. I'm pretty sure on a nat 1, most of you can still hit it. That's his action bonus to Misty Step. He's still got his movement. Sahar will go this way and
Right.
run there.
Awesome.
Off he goes.
Zandria, your turn.
That was a lovely song.
You're
I was
welcome.
there. I felt every
You're
note.
welcome. Okay. So I'm gonna move there. And then I'm gonna...
There's space for Harry to let you pass if you so wish.
Yeah, that's fine. Misty Step to... I think it was there. Fire off an Eldritch Blast.
What do you plus to hit?
Ah, shit in hell. What? Sorry, what?
What do you plus to hit?
6.
Oh, okay, you can miss. What did you get?
16 plus 6.
Oh, cool, yeah, that hits.
Yeah, no, of course it hits. Of course it hits. And
Dun, 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 dun.
3 points of force damage.
How many?
20.
20?
20. Got 10. And it's 2 blasts. 2 blasts?
Two
2
blasts.
blasts. 2 blasts. That's right. 2 blasts. 2 blasts. And then I'm gonna fucking yeet myself off up towards Sahar with the remainder of my movement.
Boom. I'll let you do
I
that.
will.
Harry!
Are you not that stupid? Come on. You ain't gonna hit it in melee, okay, you little bitch. I know you want to.
The Fae, on the other hand, are just fucking misty stepping their way out of this situation.
I'll have you know I use my legs.
Ah, okay, sorry.
Also, I mean, I could,
Yeah, you could, that is true.
but yeah, I'm not. We're gonna go up next to Cass. That's gonna be the movement.
Do you just run it?
Yeah.
23.
And then
What's your AC? I'm assuming that your AC is not 23.
no.
Cool.
Why is it? Oh, has it got an attack of opportunity? No.
Yes, and it's got reach, so thanks for running past me.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Oof. Take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And you're grappled right there.
All
you
the
little
damage that I've
shitbag.
taken has been you.
some of it was you, thank you. Some of it was you. Yeah, I mean, I can't.
So
even
that's your
dodge
movement
that
down to
'cause
0. So you can use your action to break the grapple. So
Oh, well,
your movement gets
well.
to there. Your movement
Hang
becomes
on,
0.
movement's to there, right? I mean, let me just take off this damage because you know.
So your movement's gone, but you can use your action to break it, and then you could use your bonus action to dash again because you're a rogue.
Also,
That's not an intelligence thing. That's what Harry does.
oh yeah, but he's gonna kind of seen Sahar do it, seen Zandria do it, and go.
You will
Misty
need
Step.
to be cool. You will need to be broken of your grapple to Misty Step.
Oh, okay then. I won't Misty Step then. Right, so what do I need to do? Action to try and break the grapple. That's going to
Yes,
go real
and it's an
well.
athletics check
That's going to go so well with my +1.
against my athletics.
Yep.
Oh, your personal athletics,
No,
AD?
because
Or...
I mean, I'd still struggle, you know, let's face it.
there ain't many monsters in
well,
D&D that can handle my athleticism.
I mean, that's a 14. We ain't gonna get out of this.
So I rolled a
easy,
30.
guys. Oh, interesting.
I rolled
Okay.
stupid low. Another roll. I shouldn't have failed. But you know, it's a game. We're here for fun. You know what I mean?
Are you having fun, AD?
I'm loving it. I mean, can you see the smile? It's not fair.
When you're killing my rogue, it's fine.
I think you find you killed your own rogue by running past it. Right,
Listen, he wasn't stupid enough to try and hit it, okay?
You break the grapple, You just kind of shimmy out of it as it wraps around you, and you just kind of slip out. You've been in situations before.
Dexy, get out of this bloody slime. Right, okay, we're gonna bonus action planning action then. Off we go up to Caspian.
Cool.
Eventually.
Ruby.
Okay.
We left the baby.
My first question is because did the cube move into the moonbeam? It's hard to tell because of the circle. And
Yes,
the
it did.
picture.
Yes, it did.
Right.
Ah.
Well, then at the start of its turn, it took damage.
Cool. Roll your 2 d10.
I can do maths. 13.
Cool.
Radiant damage.
Moonbeam scorches it. The scorch fades into the pink ooze. Now it's your actual turn.
That's too risky. I am going to be the irritating, slow member of the party, and I am going.
So just
The
just
long
for
way round.
just for Jeannie's clarity, because I'm not sure how well you know.
Oh, I've still got to go past that anyway. Never mind.
Creatures only get 1 reaction a turn, and it's used its reaction to attack of opportunity Harry. Just so you're aware of
Okay.
that. So
That's
in
good for
theory,
my
if you ran
reference.
past it, you know it wouldn't hit you, or Jeannie would know. If you lot want
Yeah.
to play absolute, child crayon eating adventurers, that's up to you.
That's cruel. She was trying to be method.
Not Ruby.
Oh.
Ruby's the baby. I like Ruby.
I've just
And we've lost her.
Uh-oh.
So we've done so well.
realised that going around this rock is pointless, but. Oh, that would take literally forever.
Just go up.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I was just gonna go
I'm
up
gonna
and
use
tell you.
my movement to move, my 30 feet, and then the action to dash.
Alright, so do your
Ruby-
movement, that's good. Okay.
Ruby's gonna head down, peg it towards the lads as fast as she can, and feel bad about leaving Osra.
So you can move 60, yeah? Fine.
Yes, it would be
30,
60 if I do the dash. as
Oh,
well.
you can get right up to Harry and Kess, yeah.
Yeah, yeet.
Are you moving you, or do you want me to move you? I'm gonna move her, because I think she's having trouble with Zoom.
I gotta remember which thing I need to click.
So there you go, you get through. You see
I'm
the...
back now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
You
sorry,
see
my
the... It's alright.
internet connection.
You see the slime arm reach out at you as you run past, but it doesn't put any effort in to go at you. Harry/Mel/Osra.
I love how you had to put all our names in there just so I actually pay attention. I actually knew this was coming for once. I was just going to move and then action to dash. So yeah, get up next to everyone else.
Same sort of thing. It reaches, tries to slash out at you, and just puts no real effort into it.
Technically, she can get off the
Map.
map, and so can Harry.
Yeah, I guess. I think, is it Zandri as well? Might have had some movement, but yeah. Right, so. Back to V. It's your turn, Sapphire. You are astrally projected in front of Kelphias. Now you're this close, you see the chain around his neck is fine and delicate. From a distance, the chain's that thin, that's probably why you didn't see it. Hanging on the chain is the mirror, like an amulet.
Okay. Sapphire will. He doesn't think he can do a whole lot, so I guess he'll just Right, you said we needed to talk.
Is that your turn? You just await conversation, yeah?
I guess, like, he'd try and get back in his body if I can roll a thing for it. He's trying to be all cool.
You can do a charisma saving throw. Yep. Wait for it. For every point of key you use, you can add as a modifier.
Okay. Okay, I'll go with a 2 points of key, so I'll get a +1. Because I'm already on a negative. Oh! No, that's good, because that's a 17. And I think that saved last time. I didn't even need to use the key.
Well,
that's 17 +1, so it's 18.
So mark off your 2 key.
Yep.
As you kind of float there in your astral self, the mirror starts to shimmer as if it's made of water, and a figure starts to come forward, and you recognise the figure for a split second as you go woof, and you're back on the scarab, the rushing of sound and the wind in your ears as you're bouncing away, and it's almost as if Owlbearer and Solomon haven't noticed. Like, a couple of seconds have passed since you were like zapped out and zapped back in. That's your action. In front of you, you're now seeing there's hardly any of the ash and such of the burnt trees and the flora around you. Just these 2 ape-like demonic creatures with the large bones, and beyond them is the greens and lushness of the Vif mountain forests down from the Temple of the Hue. They are about 20-30 feet. I mean, obviously it's very stop-starty, but in this motion you'll be flying into them in the next 6 seconds. Solomon doesn't look like he's pulling left or right.
No, that's totally fair. Okay, so I guess what I'll do is I will hold an attack in case we get close enough, and if I'm still in my body at the time, I guess. But then, yeah, if I get close enough, I'll just wail on him.
Cool. Owlbearer will kind of pull himself up alongside of you. He's got a couple of scratches on his face from the imps, but he kind of tries to balance next to you, and he reverses to hold his sword left-handed, so it's on the left and you're stood on the right with your naginata, unless you are left-handed, at which point Owlbearer will swap with you. Who's left-handed? It's Kesser's left-handed, isn't it?
Yep.
And you two kind of just stand side by side on this, waiting to... Solomon is quite the driven person. He's decided he's going down the mountain on the Golden Scarab with his 2 pals that his kids brought along to a family feast the night before. So help him, you know, Zerin. It's now Kelphias' turn. Silence. No roar, no call for you, no magic pull on you. Now Blob's turn. It will climb down and come forwards.
Fuck, it needs to get...
Mm-hmm.
And then it will slap out its first attack at Ruby with a 12.
12 to hit?
Yeah.
Does not hit me.
It will attack at you again with another 12. Don't suppose your AC's changed in the last second and a half.
It has not.
So as these 2 pseudopods come at you, you just sort of like turn, pondering as it misses, and then turn again as it misses. Ruby just turned into Neo. Caspian. So, as where you are, you can see beyond where Sahara is running that the trench of this desert area with the rocks above you, the rocks kind of go a little bit higher, as if the lay of the land is much higher just in front of you, and give you an almost cliff-like effect. And at the base of that cliff, you can see sand sort of trickling down, like in a very, very faint sandfall, in front of the cave. Nothing that would slow anyone down or such, and you can see the cave mouth quite clearly where Sahar was gesturing towards. You can either engage the creature or use your turn to get to the cave mouth.
Question.
Yes.
From just Kess and a tactical point of view, does the slope of it look more like they are being channeled into this? Like, does it look like we are being encouraged into a murder tunnel?
Tactically, by Sahara and Osric when they turned up and said, this is the only way in. The creature doesn't look like it's herding you. It looks like it's reacting to your presence.
Okay, cool. Kess will just kind of give, like, what probably Ruby would think of as, like, a sheep herding whistle, just to, like, catch the attention of any of the members of the party that seem to not really... For instance, the ones trying to look at the other end, Ari, that we are going this way, ducklings, and start hoofing it off.
It's gone that way.
Yeah, it was literally just because as I was saying that, you were measuring back in the opposite direction.
No, I was looking at something else, thank you. I remembered something else that's going on outside of this.
Just so you know, Kess, I should have said it, the Darklings were just as surprised to see this as you were when they first consumed, which would have helped your thought process on the herding, so my bad.
No, it's okay.
So you're just booking it, you'll use your turn, you get to the cave mouth. As you get to the cave mouth, the temperature on the inside of the cave mouth, you can feel it dips in, it's almost cool, that the stonework is protecting it from the desert heat. So that's Kess's turn. Xandria, you have a choice. Run to the cave mouth or engage the creature. No, your only choice is if you decide to do backflips, so be it.
I mean, in theory, I can attack and move, so...
So your choices are... if you do that, you won't be able to get to the cave mouth in that movement. You need to wait till the next turn.
Because I need to, use dash to get to the cave mouth?
It's at least 60 feet from you is the cave mouth.
Cool. Then that's where... Oh no. Choices.
Ruby's gone.
No, she's back.
Nope, she's not.
Oh no, there's a little voice in Xandria's head saying, "You're a paladin! Make sure the others get past you!" Oh no.
It sounds weirdly like Ulrich. You hate this.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that, but I was like, let's not antagonise. Leave the antagonising to the sibling.
I will Eldritch Blast this thing. I keep forgetting, of course, with Eldritch Blast, I can move a creature back 10, but because it's a slime, I'm going to assume it don't move.
I forgot about that, so...
Yeah, so did I.
You'll soon find out.
I'll soon find out. That is 21 to hit.
Yes.
What's that? 18 points of force damage, and will attempt to smush it into the wall.
It does move back
Ever so slightly.
in the smush.
Yeah.
And it kind of like forms to the area that you just pushed it back in.
Yeah,
But it does move. You reckon if there was nothing behind it, it would have moved the
Yeah.
usual distance you're used to moving creatures.
And Xandria will move to here. And just kind of, to the collective group, turn and say, "Follow Kess, I'll hold up the rear." That is me.
Cool. That your turn?
That's me.
Sahar shouts, "You heard her!" and then chases after Kess. Ari.
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 Alright, Ari.
Oh dear, what's Ari gonna do?
What, the love of his life?
Dear.
Staying behind to fight an ooze? I don't know.
What's Ari gonna do?
If Harry stays behind a fight and ooze, he's gonna find an axe in his head.
I mean, yeah, also he can't fail it.
He can't be killed if he's already dead. Flawless.
Works for more than just Ari.
He'll In fact, I know what he'll do. 2 seconds. He's gonna look at Xandria, kind of just be like, you really shouldn't do that, but if you're gonna follow us, then yeah, sure. And he'll have a little sing, and he'll do a rousing chorus, is what he'll do.
What does rousing chorus do, Harry?
Rousing chorus. Welcome to Tasha's Crockpot of heavier bits and bobs. This is why I had to go to my printed out sheet. It is an action, 30 feet, concentration for up to a minute. Your music stirs the soul and fires the blood. Up to one willing target within 30 feet, so you better be willing.
That you can see.
It's just like, no.
I refuse this book.
You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Ooh.
There you go. That's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna book it.
Just for...
Like... Go on.
I think she's frozen again.
Oh God.
Interesting aesthetic reasons. Is this your like, or is this more like, are you sticking to your bar kind of?
Didn't hear any of that.
Didn't hear any of that.
I think she was asking about like the song. Is this a rousing
Is your
chorus
dragon
of a?
singing?
Yeah.
Like the throat singing.
It is throat singing.
Yeah.
It is throat
Yeah.
singing. Very, very, very
It's
much
kind
so.
of something that he didn't realise he could actually do, I guess. And it's kind of like,
Or hit that bass. Like.
yeah. Yeah, and then he's gonna move and bonus action to dash. 'Cause
Okay.
Rogue.
Alright, so you get your double, you get your 60 feet. Harubi! The creature is no longer in combat with you because of the Eldritch Blast push, so if you did run away from it, you're not in combat with it.
Yes, I am going
it's also-
to do as I was told and follow Cass.
Book it to Cave Mouth.
Yeah.
Cool. So you lot are at Cave Mouth. Ozra, what is Ozra doing, Harry?
Osra is gonna move to the cave.
And
Damn
Ozra,
right she's
Ozra
gonna
just runs
fucking move.
alongside of Ruby. Sapphire. Mufasa. You. Solomon. This is kind of a bit of a mishmash because of what Solomon's doing with the scarab. Straight Rhino charges with his scarab beetle shield mount, which is a sentence. So you and Owlbearer will get to swing at these two creatures. You are both very aware that you don't think you could fell them in a single blow, but depending on how well you do with your strike and the damage, hopefully, you may be able to shove them out of the way and make it easier.
Okay,
If you do
yeah.
badly or miss, other things will happen.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to roll for an attack. So is it just,
You and
is it just a
Owlbearer.
single attack each?
You have the attack action, so you get your 2 swings, he gets his 2 swings.
Okay.
Owlbearer hit with both of his. Go on, Owlbearer. Jesus.
24 and a 21.
They both hit. Jesus.
Things. Where's my one and
Owlbearer was 2 off max damage.
On yourself, our bearer.
so that is 10 plus 16. So it's 26 plus a d6 for Iron Rebuke.
Yeah, Iron Rebuking it, yeah.
That's 27,
always
and
forget
because
about
because I'm doing radiant damage with my stance,
Yep.
that's a 3 of radiant damage as well. So 27 normal, 3 of radiant.
Cool. So, Owlbearer did 27, you did 30. The threshold was 25. You both slam into them. You do large, like a double cross with an Agonata, as you see Owlbearer just kind of slash once, and then just anything he can do to just hit it with the side of the greatsword. And you both manage to, you hit yours and it stumbles towards the actual cliff side into some of the shrubbery, just enough space as the Ulan kind of topples off the cliff pathway down into the stonework and whatever is far down that mountain. As Solomon goes skidding through, and now they're not there, the scarab just smashes into some of the imps that are there that are swarming around. They just get squashed like cockroaches with horns. And Solomon is away, another 80 feet down the path. Behind you, you leave the smells of the demon attack and the smell of fire, all the ashen flora that was destroyed, a wake of dead imps squashed, trodden on, slashed, headbutted all over the place. And these two ape-like demonic entities kind of, well, one's gone somewhere, and the other one comes away from the cliffside, just kind of just starts beating its chest on the floor and just kills several of the imps around it in frustration and anger that Solomon and Scarab are pretty nifty. You are now into the mountain forests of the Temple of Hawaii down this mountain. You are no longer in combat, as you've essentially outrun their threat zone. And you are now away into the forests. Solomon keeps going but slows the scarab down. He lets you know that the magic of it is wearing off, so we're going to have to go on foot from here. You know your way around this area, so any survival checks I ask you to do, make sure they're at advantage.
Yep.
Just in case I forget, just make sure they're at advantage. He jumps off, you all jump off the scarab beetle. Solomon turns, says a command word in a language you are unsure of, but it sounds similar to what they were using around the meal, like a local word for those of the desert. And the scarab beetle shrinks back down to the small ornamental side that he puts on his back, and it just sits in the centre of his back. Owlbearer just slumps against a tree, bit of heavy breathing, signs to you that he needs a rest. Jumps at the bamboo that suddenly appears behind Sapphire. But yeah, and yourself, Solomon, and Owlbearer are currently out of combat and away into the forest. So we'll come back to you. I just need to change. Right, this should. Let's change the music. Right, so the first thing, Ruby picks this up straight away. You're no longer on the Roll20 map, so you don't need it. The ooze-like creature does one more shuffle towards you, and then just kind of stops, and then goes back to where it swallowed the darklings. And if you stick around, you'll eventually see it just sink back into the sand. Ruby, you see that akin to a spider in its web. If it ain't in the web, it doesn't care. It doesn't chase. It'll only eat what's in its web. And this particular area is definitely its web. Give me a perception check as well, Ruby. While you're all at the mouth of the cave, it is cold. Ruby picks up this particular thing immediately. She can hear the cawing of birds from within the cave. They sound crow or raven-like to your ears, Ruby, and the sound is coming from within the cave. There is a stillness to the air. Let me turn that up a bit. There is a bit of a breeze coming through. It's just a... Haunting's a bit dramatic, but it's not far off that. You just get that vibe at the mouth of the cave. Sahar is... what am I doing? Get off here, you little Nesbit. Sahar is gripping the bone spear now, and this is for Zandria, and because you moved your camera, you would. I'm just going to move you back. There we go. Let's put Ruby with Ruby. Zandria with Zandria. There we go.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I just noticed. It's fine. It's fine. Simples. Yeah, Zandria and Keshvion, this is the first time you've seen fear in Sahar. Like actual fear. Not supernatural from creatures you defended the tribe against.
Yeah.
There's a genuine fear in Sahar's eyes. Ruby, what do you get in your perception?
17.
Cool. Whilst you're kind of just hearing these raven/crows and just kind of pottering around the place, it reminds you of the cemeteries at home. Like when the rites to rest have been performed and stuff, there's always a single night where it's kind of common for none of you to go anywhere near the burial, because there's a chance that the spirits will roam and stuff like this, and you get that feeling of you've been present at such things, and it's kind of that sort of feeling. On your perception check, you feel like the hairs on your forearm kind of stand on end beneath your shirt, and you kind of just roll the sleeve up, and if you already had it rolled up from earlier on, you kind of just turn your forearm and you start, and at first you think it's just mucky sand, maybe a wet sand got on your forearm, and it's got that orangey brown colour. You start rubbing at it, and as you start rubbing at it and like brushing off the sand from the fight, or just like the dry dirt of the dry sand of the day as you've been walking, you start to see an image on your forearm, and the more you look at it, it starts to it's the what do you call it, like the gold leaf effect. You know, when the leaves are not a perfect shape, they're kind of broken but mushed into like metal or such, and you get like that, but it's copper coloured, and you get like a copper leaf effect / gold on your forearm, and the more you look at it, it actually takes the shape of a word, as if a word is within the copper leaf patterning on your forearm. Akin to a tattoo, it's permanent, it doesn't feel raised, it's just as you're kind of washing away the top layer and you see it, and the word is in Sylvan, and the word says thank you. And you've got this copper leaf, almost, like I say, presence on your forearm, and the Sylvan word says thank you.
So, Ruby will actually turn. She will probably recognise Sylvan, but she can't read. So unless it comes with a kind of psychic eye, she's just going to turn to either Kess or Xandria or Zahar, whoever's closest, and just show them.
All of you that speak Sylvan, you read the word thank you on her forearm. When you eventually see it, it's kind of worked into the artwork of the copper leaves.
What says thank you to?
Toodles, maybe? It's in copper.
The leaves are akin to that of Ravenholm, like their shaping and such.
Maybe the forest's doing well. That's a nice thought. If there's another way back, we won't be bothered by the cube. It's got its little territory. It won't bother us if we're not in it, but we'll have to deal with it again if we go back through. And can anyone else hear corvids? Birds in the cave?
Now that Ruby's pointed it out, you three plus Sahar actually start to hear the cawing of birds, but it was ever so faint at first.
No desert birds that like caves?
No, but
Not really,
those
no.
birds that Sahara and Ozra described were a lot like the ones we met when we first entered Ravenholm. They were corvus-like.
And they don't like light?
They don't like light, but
No.
that'll be why they're in a cave.
Cast the light cantrip on my crook.
On your crook or on the healing staff?
On my crook.
Okay. That's 20 foot of bright and 20 foot of dim.
The one isn't a card, so it is. Touch one object no larger than 10 feet until the spell ends, which is up to 1 hour. The object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius, dim light for an additional 20. You can choose the colour of light.
What colour is it? We've got your robes.
No, I'm trying to think how to describe this without saying it's a 40-watt light. It's a 40-watt light bulb. It's not warm coloured like a flame. It's like other cantrips that people have like cast before. It's like, it's not a white light. It's sort of like a pale yellow, like a
40-watt.
More like a 40-watt.
Yeah, it's a light, but it's light bulb coloured. It's so the steel mesh that miners put in their lab
Yeah.
So it burns yellow and then burns blue in the presence. It's that kind of yellow cover.
Comes with a canary.
Covering the object blocks the light. If the target is held by a hostile on deck, then that's relevant. So yes.
Cool. So you light up your crook.
Glow stick. Yeah.
Cool. It lights up into the mouth of the cave, and those with dark vision, you obviously here or there you can see, but those that couldn't, that don't have dark vision, the light does help. It wasn't pitch black in the cave mouth, but there's now more light. It was definitely a low light before, but the light of Ruby's crook shows you that it opens up into a short tunnel before a larger mouth, or a larger cavern area. Sorry.
Nice. Looking up, do we see any of these murder birds?
Looking up into the... Are you walking into the cave and then into the actual cave? The cave mouth and then into the larger area?
Well, I want to look up, ideally, before I'm underneath them. Like, is it something that I can, like... Like, I don't...
You'd have to step. So, right in front of you, there's the door. And then there's a corridor.
I wasn't sure
if
it was like, we are at the cave mouth, or we are at the cave mouth.
So you're at the cave mouth, and you'd have to walk 10 feet to be at the cave.
Okay. We'll probably, like, go to, like...
the edge of it, and then kind of look up. Okay.
Ruby, I will pass you the crook.
Does it stay lit? It does, doesn't it?
Yes, it stays lit for an hour, unless I decide to switch it off. Cool. Yeah.
So you take the crook, and as you go to the edge and you kind of shine up, give me a perception check with advantage because of the light.
Cool. That's 19.
19. If they was there, you don't see them anymore. However, you do hear a fluttering from beyond the reach of the light. A fluttering away. The cave mouth, the cave itself, is maybe 30, 40 feet across. The floor, but the ceiling obviously goes further, otherwise the light would have hit something.
I feel like Oscar would kind of see that and just be like, it's a good idea. And she will cast light. I believe she carries a shield. She says, when she can't find things on the sheet because D&D Beyond I cannot use. Yes, she does carry a shield. She is going to cast light on her shield.
Cool. Ozra's shield lights up.
Those miserable birds are definitely in here, but the ceiling's high, so no idea how many of them there might be.
I can cast this one. This one's easy. I can cast it, but every time I cast it, it'll come off. So I can cast it on a stone, and we can throw the stone up, but it will come off the staff. I can light the staff, but if you want
it. Ideally, I think what we want to do is make in there as bright as possible, as quickly as possible, without us being in it, because from what I remember, as soon as it turned to daylight, they just... They went up like the Darklings.
I can make it daylight for maybe 20 paces. That's 60 feet out of character. It's a 60-foot spell. But I can do a ball of daylight. Won't fill a big cave.
Character, do you have a drift go? Luke, am I remembering the wrong campaign?
You are thinking of the wrong campaign.
That's great, isn't it? I suddenly had a thought of Driftglade, and I was like, no, I think that's
Look,
the
we
wrong
would
one.
not have got
I
into
had
half
already
the
thought of and
trouble
discarded that.
as we did if Emlyn had been here.
So is
We
there? Are you
also-
on about the spell Daylight, Ruby?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. As Ruby's describing it, those you three that were there, that's the exact spell the druids cast.
Yeah.
That's what the druids cast. They stopped them getting in. It won't fix the problem, but it will. If we all keep close, it'll keep us safe at least.
Reading up on this to see if it moves with us.
It spreads
Oh
out
yeah,
from
because
the
it's
point
cast on
you
an
choose.
object.
Yeah, it doesn't move with us.
Daylight doesn't move, but light does. So daylight is a point that you choose within range, and it spreads out from that point. Hang on.
If you
I'm reading the rest.
If you choose a point or object, if you choose a point
Moves
on
with
an
it. Yeah, moves
object
with it.
you are holding, or one that isn't being worn or carried, the light
That
shines from the object and moves with it.
So yeah, you can carry it around for 1 hour. Completely
So-
covering the affected object. Ball,
It,
helm.
it's harder,
okay.
but if somebody else wants to give me an object, I can.
We want something big so it glowed more. I don't know how this
It's
works.
60 foot. The
It's-
sphere is 60 foot.
Yeah,
It's
so
massive.
Ruby will explain to Cass that what she can do is make a point or an object, and there'll be light in a ball, but it's a big ball, like 20 paces in each direction.
Okay,
And
so
then if you carry the object around, it will go with us. So Ruby basically does an in-character reading and spell card.
Yeah.
cool.
Pictures
Then
in the sand.
I guess something that someone's wearing then would work. Could you? If it doesn't matter what it is.
Just gonna double check the wording because it says you choose a point on an object you are holding or one that is not being worn or carried. So it cannot be an item of clothing that one of us is wearing, for example. It has to be an object that we can put down, cast on, and then we can pick it up and move it, is my understanding.
Ariel kind of pass across like a copper. Would that not work?
Queen will work. Yeah, so I will cast daylight on the coin I have been given.
Okay.
If we are all sort of like getting into the shadier place, I'll give the courtesy warning to perhaps mind your eyes.
Yeah. As
Third level spell slot, so like that up.
as Ruby casts daylight, there is a copper light that radiates from her entire arm, and you see it from elbow right down to the fingertips, and it starts at the elbow and slowly fades and fades. But as it's fading from the elbow down, it's getting brighter and brighter towards her fingertips, until she literally holds daylight in her hand, touches the copper coin, and it just goes woof, and 60 foot of daylight. Not the heat of the daylight, just the presence of its light. 60-foot globe around you. It's enormous. The entire cave is lit up. You see the ceiling. There are small parts of it that go a little bit further than the 60-feet globe, but they're more tunnel-esque and kind of just probably not much further, maybe cracks in the ceiling and stuff or crevices. But the majority of this cave, a good 95% of this cave, is completely lit up by daylight. Ari, Kess, Sandra, you're pretty confident that the way the dwarves, when they used it in a similar way, that for that full hour, those creatures did not penetrate that daylight globe. Looking around the place, there are small bedrolls. It is akin to a camp that you yourselves have stayed in. It doesn't surprise Xandria and Kesfion that this is the Darklings would have been camping here if what Sahara and Ozra have been saying is true. And you see little bedrolls, little backpacks, other dirty plates and stuff that may have been used when they were having meals and that. There's no campfires in here. Looking about the place, you don't see any other darklings, but you do see several corridors of stone that are natural. Some of them have had a bit of effort put into them to carve out of the place, and most of them lead further in. They don't seem to go up or down, they just lead further in to the stonework. Like I say, when you were outside, it kind of went a bit cheese wedge when you went towards the cave mouth, and it raised high. The rest of it is very cool in here. Ruby, it actually reminds you of some of the cave when you go caving when you were a young'un. The halflings cheating because of their height, but yeah, it could be a hot summer's day, and as soon as you hit the cave, bang, it's nice and cool. And one of my favourite places in the world is Zeus's cave. I'm just putting it out there. So it's very different just walking out of the desert into here. As you put around with the copper coin, just kind of making sure it does hit everywhere. It does look void of danger at this moment in time. There are at least 4 different ways in here. Kess is like bang on them straight away, spotting where they are. Zandria, you feel safe. You don't feel any threat whatsoever. More so than normal, you feel safe.
Exchange.
If anything, it's exaggerated. Sahar is just doing his usual, like ritualistic, checking every tunnel. Despite Kesvian already checking it, he's still going around checking it again. As he walks past Ruby, he goes bolt upright straight, almost like salute posture straight, and he touches his heart, his mouth, and his forehead, and gestures towards Ruby, and then carries on doing his scowl. There is a look of impressed is the wrong word, but there is a admiration on Sahar's face, and he keeps walking around the place. Kess and Zandria, the greeting he's just given, it's used for greetings, it's used for thanks, it's using for goodbyes. It is a very it's an intimate gesture of many, many flavours, and he carries on going about his business.
Ruby saw Solomon do that to I was about to say Kezra?
Zerin.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a Kezra now. I'm taking the name. I need names.
Kezra's in chat.
Oh, that. Yeah, all right. I'm with you.
So it's not uncomfortable, but it's.
I will say that you do notice a difference. The gesture is the same, but you do notice the difference in intimacy used, if you know what I mean. I should probably get a thesaurus.
But there's a.
To be honest, you probably, if it's retroactively, have seen the siblings use it.
Oh, okay.
If it's like so synonymous, it's probably something that you have encountered.
Okay. In that case, like it's not.
You're not just being proposed
it's
to.
Not, yeah,
by...
it's not. It's not. Right. Not everyone did it. It wasn't like everyone were doing it, but you noticed that there was like, you know, the closeness of Kesvion and Zandria and family and stuff like that. You spotted it in certain situations, that you could tell it was a bit more than a handshake to folk.
Yeah.
But yeah, as Kes says, you haven't been proposed.
Yeah. So like, as Ruby kind of like puts those instances together, and I sort of like relaxes a bit because it feels more like her brother's given her like a one-armed hug and then shoved her against the wall, more than like when Fantonio Banderas just like laid one on her in the middle, in the middle of battle. Now she's like sussed out that difference. It's like, oh, okay.
I feel like Ozra would be patrolling around with Sahar, like using her light on her shield to kind of assist him, like just checking the tunnels and everything.
When they come back from theirs and when Kesrion's done his, what's the word? I can't remember what the word is. I have deduced. There you go. That I was thinking of tennis. I couldn't get Joe's that bit. that there is an element of safety, and you can keep an eye on, assuming anything comes near the cave mouth on the outside, the creature that Ruby was telling you about and its territory, it'd have to go through that, and Kess saw what it did to those. The four runways of corridor that's kind of spread away from this central cavern, they're quite long from what Kess and Ozra and Sahar can see. Ozra and Sahar have not been in the tunnel system. They only found that there's a lot of activity of Darkings here. You're very confident, the three of them are very confident that if anything was to come up them tunnels, they'd know about it. They're not wide, like Sapphire could probably fill one if he stood there and put his shoulders and arms out. But, you know, they're decent enough that he could walk down comfortably if he so wished. But if he decided to poof out the men, then he could fill most of the corridor. So you could definitely see angles if anything was coming towards you. There is debris around. There is a leftover Darkling camp. I will allow you to decide what you do next time. But before we finish, Sapphire.
Oh, okay.
Back in Vey. You're stood there, Owlbearer, absolutely knackered. Scarab Beetle back on. Solomon is immediately, essentially doing what Kess, Ozra and Solomon had done. And he's scouting about the place, immediately looking for threats. He doesn't know the land at all, so he's checking every little nook and cranny. The fact that you've just left a bunch of demons on a road, he looks back that way a lot.
Yeah, Sapphire will focus and use the Iron Rebuke to check if there are any more fiends within 60 foot of us.
You concentrate, you feel that nothing picks up. Nothing is picked up by Iron Rebuke.
Okay, I'll let them know that. I'll just say, okay, I've done a quick scan. There's no fiends at least within at least a good while around us. How are you holding up?
Owlbearer looks at you. It doesn't take a lot of effort to understand his movement of hands is telling you he's in a very bad state. Yeah. Kess is far more optimistic than Owl, but yeah, that's the second one. The second one. Owlbearer does look rough. His armor's done incredibly well, but you assume there's magical properties to it. But he himself has took a bit of a whooping. He will gesture towards you that he wants to talk more, but in a safer spot. And he'll explain why he's here. Yep, because obviously you tipped up, oh look, Owlbearer.
Yeah.
But wants a safer spot. Solomon is looking about the place. I can do it once now and then, but I can call the kids. I can call Kesvion and Zandria.
You mean like just like I said, like let them know that what's happened?
Yes. You've heard of magic, Sapphire, yes?
Yeah, sorry, yes. When you say call them, someone else said call and they meant summon. So
well,
but yes, no, please do let them know what's happened.
I know a few tricks. Zarin, and he looks around just in case she jumps out of a tree and stabs him. I think it's sending or message or some such. I just know I can do it. So if I don't know what it'll do, I don't know. I don't suppose they can summon us to them.
I doubt it. But maybe they can...
behind Solomon going, having experienced time with the party.
I'll say to him, can you do this to anyone, or is it specifically the kids?
As long as I know them.
I like how he's now also calling
Yeah, he's immediately just dropped into it.
Fallen into language, lingo.
I'm just wondering if it might be better if you could contact Toodles and get us the hell out of here.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the forest doesn't look too bad, and he's kind of looking around. Maybe.
Oh, he's not gonna want that.
Maybe let's find camp first. I mean,
I'd be work myself up.
No, that makes sense. If we get somewhere safe, like I said, the immediate vicinity is safe. We should walk further and find somewhere that we can defend better.
They all seem to be going that way. I can't find anything going back. So they seem to have committed to, I assume, what was your home. But yes, let's. You lead the way, Sapphire, and Solomon is kidding a sweet shop, just touching all this new fauna and flora and just letting little beetles run across his top of his hand that he's never ever seen before. And every now and then he just shows them to Owlbear and like, look what I found. Yeah. Owlbear just nods. Cracking lads. You
So yeah, Sapphire will kind of walk ahead of them, scout, like make sure he can find somewhere for them to safely, a place that will be easily defendable and where we can rest.
So moving to spots that you probably hid away from certain instructors or sensors when they were giving you a particular hard time training day, you find one of the glade spots. There's loads of them up and down the mountain. There's a small pond within it, and there's a small fall of water. It's not, I wouldn't call it a waterfall, but there's enough water that at the right angle, if they ain't looking for you, you can kind of just stay still and the water kind of gives you a bit of a camo effect. So you kind of just shuffle away there. There's enough space for maybe 5 people, and Owlbearer just slumps against the stonework and starts to take his plate armour off. Solomon is continuously playing with the same beetle he's had for the last 20 minutes. You've slowly been going further and further down the mountainside. You look around, this is a good place to camp. And that is where we're going to leave tonight's session.
Yay.
Sorry for going late, kids.
I want more.
Sorry. Right, cool.
Oh.
So, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Sorry for going over time. Just trying to get it to an end point. Yeah, that's it really. We did yesterday, we've done today. We've got Cyberpunk on Thursday. Tune in next Tuesday. There you go. Tune in next Tuesday to see what this lot are going to do and see if they can eventually get the party back together. And
kill the NPC.
kill the NPC. And we shall see what druidic magic has been bestowed upon Ruby. So, take care of yourselves, and yeah, so for now, I'll say goodbye, players.
Goodbye.
Bye, players.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. Thanks for watching.